all respected faculty members of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, and participants who join all over the states of India. I welcome all of you in 8th day of refresher course titled IKS Skill Based Curriculum Development organized by UGC HRDC MMTC Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. It's my privilege to introduce our today's resource person, Dr. Subhash Jadhav sir, has illustrated spans over 4 decades marked by remarkable achievements in hospitality, tourism, education, and cultural exchange. Sir has hospitality excellence with 14 years in the hospitality sectors. He significantly enhanced services during the visit of the President of India, Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma in 1993. Sir also language expertise, distinguished German language teacher and international guide. He has bridged cultures and facilitated global understanding through his logistic proficiency. Dr. Jadhav sir has advisory work with leading German travel companies, has played crucial role in strengthening Indo-German tourism relations. Sir worked as a cultural exchange ambassador through captivating cooking shows in Germany. He has promoted Indian culture, creating lasting bonds between communities. His academic contributions as a tourism lecturer at Devuri College, Yeshwant College, Sillod College, and adjunct professor at Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. He has shaped countless aspiring professionals. His role as a tourism guide trainer at IITM Gwalior and as a resource person for tourist police training with Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Police highlights his commitment to professional training and visitor safety. Sir also having a good leadership quality. He has worked as a leadership in tourism bodies such as Vice President and Joint Secretary of the Tourist Guide Federation of India and currently serve as its Executive Vice President. Sir, as a founder and director of a Baba World Foreign Language School and former principal of a German Language Institute in Calcutta. Dr. Jadhav sir has been uh, instru- instructional in promoting language education and global awareness. Having traveled across 28 countries and extensively within India, he brings global perspectives to his work. Presently, he continues his professional journey as a freelance German-speaking tour manager with reputed German travel companies. To such an eminent personality with us, please enlighten sir with your thoughts. Thank you so much. Over to Zado sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So, today's topic brought to my notice is the role of Indian monuments in ancient knowledge systems. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Title of today's talk is self-explanatory. Today, I'm going to take you through a small journey of entire Indian subcontinent. You are going to see some of the pictures of some monuments, some cities, different places. But I'm not here for touristic purpose or a tourism purpose. So today's core topic will be how our monuments are related to Indian knowledge system. I personally call it Indian knowledge system. So the whole series of this lecture is based on Indian knowledge system. Uh, Previously, the eminent scholars must have covered this topic. Actually, what is a knowledge? What does mean ancient and system and all? So today, my focus will be on the various monuments, how they are related with our ancient knowledge system, and what was the perennial sources of transforming and transmitting this knowledge through the monuments. So in the system, they have used our ancestors. They have used number of elements, and these elements are seen in the monuments. So today I'm going to share a few keywords that will help us to understand the relationship between symbolism, our structures, and various monuments. So I'm not going to conduct a class like a students and teacher today. It's my great pleasure to have a dialogue with my colleagues with these discussions, with this dialogue. You may find a new way to explain our knowledge system and how it is related in our Indian culture in the form of monuments and symbolism. So, for that purpose, we have to understand a keywords. First of all, monument. What is a monument? I'd like to know from some of the participants what do you mean by a monument?
A structure
Yeah, okay.
of cultural
Structure.
place.
Madam, my second question, related question. Where do you come from?
Mumbai.
Sorry?
Mumbai.
Mumbai. Okay. Tell me, structure of a municipal corporation of Mumbai in southern Mumbai, is it a monument?
No.
Taj Mahal Hotel, is it a monument?
It could be, na? Yes, historical
Okay.
heritage
On
site.
one hand, we say yes. On other hand, we say no. So, where do you live? In which area?
Bandra.
Bandra.
Yeah.
How big is your house? I should not ask this personal question, but give me a
500 square feet.
okay, 500 square. Is it a monument?
No.
No. Why?
It's not historical. It doesn't have any history behind it.
Wonderful. That means a monument should have a particular definition. According to law, Indian Constitution, monument is described. So, can you name some of the monuments in India which you might have come across during your lifetime? Names.
Buland Darwaza, Gateway
Okay,
of
Buland
India.
Darwaza, Fatehpur Sikri.
Yes.
Good.
Gateway of India.
Wonderful. Gateway of India. That's in Mumbai, South Mumbai.
Yes.
Yes.
Forts, I believe.
Forts. Okay, there are numerous. There are
Yes.
numerous forts in Maharashtra, in Rajasthan, in Tamil Nadu, in Karnataka. Okay, good.
Temples.
Temples. Can you tell me Howrah Bridge in Calcutta? You might have seen, or you have seen. Have you seen Howrah Bridge?
Yeah, yeah,
Is
in
it,
pictures, yes.
is it a monument?
It does have historical significance, so yes, why not? It could be, right?
Okay, we are not sure at this moment, but I will give a clarification, and then all of us will have to agree that okay, these are the monuments. Have you seen any step well in India? Step well, जो बावड़ी होती है जिसको स्टेप्स होते हैं अंदर
Mhm.
जाने के लिए, कहीं देखा है आपने कहीं?
Yeah, yeah, in movies they are shown, no?
कहाँ पर? कहाँ पर?
I think Peheli movie.
अजय?
Peheli.
नहीं, मैंने
Uh,
सुना नहीं ढंग से.
that Shah Rukh Khan's movie and
Okay, okay,
yeah.
you are talking about Bollywood.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
I'm a little bit ignorant about monuments, and
Okay.
these are films. Okay,
Yeah.
so they are in Gujarat, they are in Delhi, they are in
Yes.
Rajasthan, they are in Maharashtra, they are in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. Everywhere there are stepwells. Can we call stepwells as a monument?
Yes, I feel. Yes, of course.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, I will not ask any more question. I will give first of all a definition, and then we will be able to understand to define a monument. Where I lost my window. Let me see. I will have to reconnect it. A window. Share. No. Stop sharing. I'm a little bit bad in this modern systems. Can you see something on the screen?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, now you'll be able to see something.
Yes, sir. Your screen share.
Wonderful. So it's a very, very easy definition, which is given. A monument is a structure. It could be a structure. Hmm? I think this is a connected. Can you see something on the screen?
Yes, sir. Your
Okay.
screen is visible.
Okay, the screen is visible. So a monument means a monument is a structure or a statue. It could be a statue like a Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel statue recently came up in the last few years in Gujarat near Baroda, or any object created to commemorate a person, an event, or a concept of significance. So, according to this definition, so actually it's a very vague definition. It's a definition given by some dictionaries. Uh, But according to Indian constitution, a monument or any structure or any site which is more than 100 years that can be given as a status of monument, provided that structure should have archaeological, cultural, traditional, or social significance. So that's a definition. So if we go to the purpose of monument, then the next slide shows you they serve as a tangible reminders of historical events. Historical events means that compels you to remind or that compels you to remember. 1 month ago, you had a Tesa Bhakri at the time of lunch. That could not be considered as an history, but which has got a historical, social or a traditional importance, or anything that reminds you your past. That is known as historical things, helping to preserve our culture. That's the purpose of any monument, to preserve our culture and heritage, and that will be passed on to the future generation. Also, it has a power to inspire us. to remind us our shared humanity and human values bind us together as a society. So now we have got a little bit more information about a place which is known as a monument. Now let me give you, which is not covered as a part of this, talk. So let me give you some key features of a monument. Indian monuments are not merely structures, but living testaments of India's intellectual, cultural, spiritual achievements. That's the one feature we can say. Next feature of our Indian monuments, it could be temples, reflect profound knowledge of geometry, cosmic principles, mathematics, and astronomy. Now, further in my PowerPoint presentation, I'm going to give you some examples showing some pictures and I will explain you more. Stupas. Has anybody seen any stupa in India? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anybody?
Sanchi
Yes, sir.
Stupa.
Sorry?
Sanchi Stupa.
Wonderful. That's the best example. There are stupas in Bharat, Sanchi, near Banaras, that is, which is that big place near Banaras where Buddha delivered his first lecture. Sarnath, there are many, many stupas. And stupas like Sanchi symbolizes cyclical nature of a time and life while serving as a center of philosophy and education. Now, another example and feature of a monument I will give you murals of Ajanta. Has anybody seen Ajanta caves?
No, sir.
No? Oh, you should come to Sambhajinagar. You should come to Aurangabad. It's a wonderful place, and that's our history. That's our past, glorious past. That was an university which was serving as an ancient knowledge center of our country. And these Ajanta murals are not only pictures. If you Google or if you ask to some searching engines about Ajanta, so they give information that there are beautiful paintings. But what was the purpose of these paintings behind these Ajanta caves? The basic purpose of Ajanta and Ellora, there were also some murals. It's not just some visual narratives, but it was an essence of dharma or a dhamma, compassion and ethical values, which was taught through these paintings and murals to the next coming generation, and it is serving for the humanity since more than 2200 years. मेरा क्वेश्चन है, मेरा एक सवाल है, मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ आपको मेरे शब्द समझ में आते हैं, मेरी भाषा समझ में आती है? दैट इज मोस्ट
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
क्लियर है ना? चलो बढ़िया.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा,
Uh,
दिल्ली देखा है किसने? दिल्ली?
sir,
Yes,
PPT.
sir.
अच्छा, दिल्ली में कुतुब मीनार देखा है?
Ji, sir.
Is it a monument?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
It's our culture, it's our history, it's our past. It talks about our culture of those days. किसके याद में है कब बन गया था? Does anyone remember from which?
14.
What is the time span?
Kutubuddin Aibak, I don't know, that Turkish Empire, name. Not
Sorry,
sure.
sorry.
Before Mughals, definitely.
Before Mughals, but I will tell you exactly. It was started in 1198.
Okay.
It took about 7 years to complete that tower, which was 73 meters. And okay, when I explain you, show you some pictures, then I will explain you what is the symbolism and what is the meaning of all these monuments, right? So the next, in that uh, premises, Qutub Minar premises, it's a UNESCO monument. There is one Ashokan pillar, and that pillar dates back to 2000 years. And that pillar is an iron pillar. What does it symbolizes? What does it showcase? It showcases the advanced metallurgical knowledge of our ancestors. वो मेटल कैसे बनाते थे उस जमाने में, that is 2000 years ago. Our ancestors were really very smart people in the areas of knowledge. And that pillar, it is not simply merely a monument standing there, but it symbolizes the advanced culture of our ancestors. There are so many forts in India. If you talk about Maharashtra, there are more than 3,350 forts, 248 forts in Rajasthan. There are wonderful forts in other parts of India as well. If you take an example of Golconda near Hyderabad, it's just 9 kilometers away. It is not only merely a structure or a monument, but it demonstrates the expertise of our ancient of our ancestors and how they were defending themselves. So I will explain you a little bit more about symbolism and that, showing some pictures and then use. Uh, has anybody seen Jaipur? भाई सवाल आ रही है मेरी आपकी
Ji
तरफ?
sir. No sir,
Yes,
no,
sir.
not seeing
No,
Jaipur.
sir.
अच्छा, जयपुर में अगर देखे जाते हैं, अगर इफ यू सी जयपुर, देर इज अ प्लेस नोन एज अ जंतर मंतर.
Ji.
नाम सुना है किसने? हैव यू हर्ड दिस
Ji.
नेम बिफोर?
Yes sir.
जंतर मंतर.
Yes, sir.
Jantar and Mantar. Jantar means instrument, and Mantar means special words used to explain certain terms. And this Jantar Mantar, it talks about it's a function as an observatory to study the stars, time, and essential events. And that was, created in 1727 by Maharaja Jai Singh. And not only Jaipur, but he created five such observatories in India, including in Banaras, Delhi, Mathura, and Jaipur. Jaipur Observatory is one of the best and the biggest monument in the world, which gives us an exact time. In that monument, if you enter, you will find a sundial watches to calculate time during the night time. The whole structure, whole instruments, they function on the solar system. But in the night time, there is no sunlight. In that time, this functions on the position of planets, and that gives us the exact time. You can calculate times exactly up to 2 seconds, even now. And these, that was the knowledge of our ancestors. Now, Ashokan edicts engraved on pillars. किसने देखा है कभी अशोका के पिलर के ऊपर में कुछ लिखा हुआ है? नहीं?
No, sir.
बोल दूं मैं
No,
कहां?
sir.
अच्छा, if you go to
Yes, sir.
Bhubaneswar, 60 75 kilometers away from Bhubaneswar, there is a place which is known as a Dhauli. There is a stupa and there are Ashokan edicts, and these edicts are from these pillars or these huge rocks. Dates back to 3rd century BC, exactly 320 BC, and that area was known as the Kalinga, and where some inscriptions are found on these rock edicts. What is the purpose of that edict, that inscriptions? It was the pillars acted as a mass communication tools, spreading values of morality and governance. Indian monuments is a bridge of a sacred with a scientific servings as a schools of arts, philosophy, engineering, and cultural identity of this country. Now, I have, before I go further, I have to ask you some question. Before Indus Valley, was there any knowledge system available in our country? If we talk about Indian knowledge system, its roots goes back to Rig Veda, Atharveda, that's a period of 4,000, 4,500, 5,000 years. Before this Indus Valley civilization, was there any civilization existing on in Indian subcontinent? किसको याद आता है
Yes,
कुछ?
sir.
कौन सा civilization था वो? Which was that civilization?
Sir, I don't know the precise name of the civilization. Maybe
Hadappa,
Harappan,
Which one?
Mohenjo-daro.
Ah,
Hadappa Mohenjo-daro.
Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, that is in Indus Valley civilization that was developed during the Indus Valley civilization, and its sites are nowadays in Pakistan in Larkana district, which is 400 kilometers away from Lahore, existing Lahore, and that is about say 4,500 years ago. But let me tell you that our ancient culture and ancient knowledge system existed before that, say about 7,500 to 8,000 years ago, and that was known as a Gaggar culture or Saraswati Valley culture. And this culture was developed in the north and western part of India, say about 135 kilometers away from today's big city, Bikaner. And from that period, unfortunately, we don't find any documentation. Documentation, I mean, literally mentions are there, but we don't find documentary evidences like a Vedas and Puranas and Shastras. We don't find, unfortunately. But there are some mentions in the ancient scriptures of India that the first culture, Indian knowledge system, goes back to the Gaggar culture. Gaggar, Gaggar, Gaggar. Gaggar, in other words, we can call it a Saraswati Valley culture. नींद तो नहीं आ रही है भाई किसको?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
नहीं आ रही है ना अभी तक?
Sir, sir,
देखो,
your screen is not moving.
ना ना, मैं तो मुंह
Okay,
नहीं कर रहा हूँ, पर्पजली मुंह नहीं कर रहा हूँ उसको, क्योंकि
okay, okay, sir.
मेरे हाथ में कुछ मैं अच्छे अच्छे आई विल शो यू सम ब्यूटीफुल फोटोग्राफ्स एंड देन इट विल
Okay,
स्टार्ट
sir. Okay, sir.
इन सेकंड्स. वो मुंह नहीं करेगा जब तक मैं नहीं बोलूंगा, उसको मुंह नहीं करेगा. लेकिन मैं दो चीजें आपको बताना चाहता हूँ. मॉन्यूमेंट्स कौन से होते हैं और उसमें क्या सिंबोलिज्म है. what are the types of monuments which are found in Indian subcontinent? I don't call India, because calling India will be injustice, because there are some monuments in Afghanistan, there are some monuments in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Bhutan, Thailand, Cambodia, which was a part of our culture, ancient culture, and that's why I call it Indian subcontinent. Now, in Indian subcontinent, what are the monuments? Prominent monuments. What are the monuments seen? Temples. Now, I would like to have some examples from you. Ancient temples. Just one temple. Give me example, or two temples.
Konark.
Konark. Wonderful. Where is the Konark, by the way?
I don't know.
Okay, that's 60 kilometers away from Bhubaneswar.
Okay.
It's in near Bhubaneswar. That is a sun temple, belongs to 8th and 9th century AD. Okay, stupas. I need at least couple of examples. I have just made a mention of few.
Tirumala,
Sorry,
Tirumala, Tirumala,
which one?
Tirumala,
No, 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 no. I'm saying stupa. Say Sanchi. I have just said Sanchi, Dhammak stupa of Sanchi, Sarnath, Ajanta, Yellora, there are so many. Mosque, can you give me some example of some prominent mosque in India?
Jama
Sir,
Masjid in
Charminar.
Delhi.
Sorry?
Charminar.
Okay, let
She's
me see. And Delhi
Hyderabad.
Jama Mosque, Jama
yes.
Masjid, which belongs to 17th century AD by Shah Jahan, which accommodates 25,000 devotees at a time. People going there for a pray at a time. Even now, जुम्मा की नमाज देखे जाके 25,000 से 30,000 लोग जमते हैं उस मस्जिद में। और फिर अहमदाबाद में भी जामा मस्जिद है, वंडरफुल। सिद्दीकी म्यूजिक, सिद्दी सिद्दी मॉस्क है, जहाँ पर जो जाली बनी हुई है सिद्दी मॉस्क की, इट्स बियॉन्ड इमेजिनेशन, इट्स वंडरफुल। यू गो टू Bijapur in Karnataka, there is a Jama mosque. My God, what a marvelous architecture is there. Okay, some examples of monasteries. Monasteries means a place created for the monks, which could be for Hindus or Buddhists or Jains. Can you give me quickly? Because we have a time restriction, we have only 1 hour now. Now onwards, we have only 1 hour remaining. Okay, monasteries, there are thousands and thousands of monasteries in Himalaya, in Leh Ladakh, Sikkim, in Indian subcontinent, Bhutan, Nepal, Ajanta, Yellora. In Maharashtra, there are 1,400 viharas. And these are wonderful monasteries which were used by our ancestors, monks, and they were practicing to regenerate the knowledge, to transform for the next coming generations, further generations. Some churches in Goa, Gurudwaras like Harmandir Sahib in Amritsar. So, now royal and secular monuments. Secular means, see, if I say viharas, normally it refers to Buddhist monuments. In some cases, for Jain monuments. There are secular monuments. It doesn't symbolize any religion. Can anyone give me an example of some secular monument in India?
Would it be Diwane Aam and Diwane Khas?
Okay, that's good. It's a part of a fort which was having a defense strategies. It is a marvel of monuments. And Diwane Am and Diwane Khas, these are Persian words. Diwane Am means a public congregation hall, and Diwane Khas means a special hall, meeting halls. You can see it in a Delhi fort, Red Fort. You can see it in Fatehpur Sikri, or many Mughal monuments. You can see that. Palaces you can see, or Havelis. In Rajasthan, there are a number of Havelis. You can see some stepwells, Adlaj, or you can see some stepwell in Hampi. You can see stepwell in Jaipur. You can see stepwell in Delhi. You can see stepwell near Nanded, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Jaipur, Jodhpur. You will find so many stepwells, and this was a marvel of a system. Is a hydro power which was used by our ancestors. It was a hydro technique. They preserved and served water to the society. Some commemorative monuments, some tombs like a Taj Mahal, some samadhis like a Jaswant Thada in Jodhpur, or some memorials like a India Gate.
India
You
Gate.
look at the gateway of India or India Gate of Delhi. So it doesn't symbolize just any religion. And that's why we call this kind of monument as secular monuments, or it reminds us, or the commemorative monuments, ancient and urban monuments. Then some gardens like Kashmir Garden, Shalimar Garden, Lal Bagh, Meenakshi Temple Garden in Madurai, and colonial structures in Mumbai. So these are some of the monuments. Now I will start moving, and then you'll see examples of monument. I have already told you. I'm going to show you some pictures. Can you see some pictures? Can you see some pictures? Now, every monument, I'm going to tell you a couple of sentences about the monument and its significance in relation with the ancient knowledge system. Ajanta. First, can you see it on the screen? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. The first one is Ajanta, which
Yes,
is
sir.
dated by 2nd century BC. The oldest cave of Ajanta is 2nd century BC, that is number 9 and 10. Number 9 of Ajanta is a prayer hall that belongs to 2100 years, and number 10 is 2200 years. And the whole campus, whole structure, they created 30 caves. And in these 30 caves, five were places of worship, places of prayer, and rest of them were used by our ancestors for accommodation, living there, discussion of a knowledge, creation of knowledge, and they created some murals, wonderful paintings, which is related to the philosophy of a Buddha, that is known as a Dhamma, and they created some stories to pass on to the next generation. Our ancestors were very smart, very smart, and when they created this knowledge, so language was the most biggest barrier. इसमें से मराठी कितने लोगों को समझ में नहीं आती है? मेरा सवाल गलत है शायद, या आवाज
नो
नहीं आ रही?
सर,
मराठी
आ रहा
किसको,
है सर।
मराठी
सर
किसको नहीं आती?
सर 7-8 अदर स्टेट के उनको नहीं आएगी, बाकी आपको आएगी।
ओके, अदर स्टेट से कौन से स्टेट से मुझे बताइए, कोई नाम बताइए अलग स्टेट से, अपार्ट फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र।
MP,
एमपी, अदर स्टेट?
From Kerala, sir.
केरला, which place?
Trivandrum.
Okay, I
Trivandrum.
have been to Trivandrum not less than 150 times. That's my second home, you can say. I was in Calicut, serving there as a principal in a college. So, if I explain all these things in Malayalam, can will it be a useful talk? अगर मैं मलयालम में explain करूं, if I explain this whole deliver the whole talk in Malayalam, can everybody understand?
No, sir.
नो
Because the
सर,
participants are
Not
from
at all. It is
different
not
places in
complicated.
India.
I can understand day-to-day Malayalam. I can speak a day-to-day Malayalam, but it's a useless at this moment to talk in Malayalam because everybody will not understand. But if I show you some picture, I'm going to show you some pictures from Trivandrum that you will understand what is that. And in that case, I don't need to talk Malayalam. So our ancestors were very smart. They used audio-visual methods to pass on the information, to pass on the philosophy of Buddha next coming thousands of generations. And that was Ajanta was serving as one of the biggest universities of India of those days. And there is a lot of symbolism, lot of symbolism. Right. Second monument is the Ellora, and the picture is not a very big, but this picture is a Kailasha. This temple took, say, more than 2,200 years to create one. Its size is 90 meters depth, 60 meters width, and 35 meters height, created in one piece of rock. Now, it is a history, it's architectural details, and we are not here to study architectural details. What kind of now let me explain you these two, and then I will come back to this. Now let me remind you, this is a Kailash temple which was started in 752 AD, and that was complete in 900 plus. Approximately it took 200 years to create one temple, 10 generations. They served for the creation of this huge, gigantic monument. Now, next one. What is the next monument?
ताजमहल।
Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal, it took about 22 years and 6 months, which was started in 1630. It's a tomb of, किसका tomb है भाई ये? मुझे याद नहीं, जरा बताएगा कोई? बताएगा कोई मुझे? किसका tomb है ये?
मुमताज महल ना?
Mumtaz, correct. Mumtaz. ताज महल, किसने कभी सोचा है व्हाट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ ताज?
No,
ताज,
sir.
ताज इज अ क्राउन, crown of a prince or a crown of a Badshah, crown of a king. crown of an emperor, means Taj. Mahal means a palace. If you take an aerial picture of this building, it looks like a crown of an empire, emperor, and that's why it is known as a Taj Mahal, crown of Mumtaz. And next one is Agra Fort. Now, I have taken these four monuments on purpose. UNESCO recognizes all these monuments according to its uh, heritage or architectural importance. Ajanta was awarded as a World Heritage Monument in 1984. First World Heritage of India is Ajanta, second was Ellora, third was Agra Fort, and fourth was Taj Mahal. Now, let me tell you, these huge structures in Ellora, there are 34 caves. Now, if you talk about this creation of these caves, there were only two instruments, chisel and hammer, for both Ajanta and Ellora. But Agra, they brought an entire amount of marble. Marble is a very hard item stone. This Makrana marble was brought to Agra, say about 185 kilometers away from Agra. And inside and outside is a beautifully decorated with gems and jewels, precious and semi-precious stones, which was collected throughout the world. It was a special kind of art used in those days. So it is a memorial. And right side, you can see a main entrance of Red Fort of Agra, which was started in 1556 by third Mughal king Akbar. Right side part was by Akbar, and left side is recently used by our Indian army. And within this, there is a Diwane Am, Diwane Khas. There are many administrative quarters. There is a Mina Bazaar for the royal ladies. There used to be beautiful mandapas inside created in during the summertime, which is based on a Yamuna river. And for the royal ladies and the servants, they were getting a pocket money from the king, and they were going for their shopping. And international traders were coming at a particular place near Diwane Khas, and upper part of this Mina Bazaar. Some gems and jewels were sold, and these traders were coming throughout the world. And in some part, some textiles, some fabrics were sold for the royal ladies. And the meaning of this fort, it was a basic structure, was a based on a defense mechanism. Right. We will move further. What is knowledge and all that you can see yourself, because time will not permit us. Now, this kind of knowledge and these beautiful architectures and structures which was created, uh, what was the basis of knowledge they created these monuments? What was the basis of knowledge? From where they got this knowledge to create this monument? Do you have any idea? Anybody? कभी कभी मैं डर जाता हूँ, मुझे लगता है मेरी आवाज जा रही है नहीं यार, आप तक
आवाज आती है सर।
आ रही है ना? क्या
हाँ,
मेरी भाषा नहीं समझ में आ रही है?
नहीं समझती है सर।
समझती है ना? तो मुझे बताइए, नॉलेज कहाँ से आया था? अरे भाई, हम एक घर बनाने जाओ तो आर्किटेक्चर को बोलिए, वी टेल आर्किटेक्ट टू मेक अ प्लान, एंड वी नीड सो मेनी आर्टिस्ट, वी हैव टू कलेक्ट मटेरियल एंड ऑल। इट्स नॉट इजी। कभी घर बांध के आपने कभी घर बांधने की कोशिश की? घर बांध के देखा है कभी आपने? है कोई इसमें से अपना खुद का घर खड़ा किया है? कोई नहीं अभी तक? कोई तो होगा, या फिर आपके माँ बाप ने तो किया होगा।
हाँ सर, मैंने किया है।
वंडरफुल। आप कहाँ से हो?
अहिल्यानगर, अहमदनगर से सर।
अहिल्यानगर। So, is it an easy thing?
इजी नहीं है सर।
हाँ, जिसने घर बांधा है उसको भी पता है। तो ये
हाँ
लोगों
सर।
ने इतने बड़े-बड़े मॉन्यूमेंट्स खड़े किए, तो उसके लिए नंबर 1 क्या चाहिए मुझे बताइए? क्या-क्या चाहिए एक एक मॉन्यूमेंट तैयार करने के लिए, घर बनाने के लिए क्या-क्या चाहिए? नंबर 1 बताइए।
सबसे पहले प्लानिंग चाहिए सर।
प्लानिंग चाहिए, वंडरफुल। नंबर 2
हाँ,
नंबर 2
मैन पावर चाहिए।
मैन पावर चाहिए और नेक्स्ट
फाइनेंस।
पैसा
फाइनेंस
चाहिए,
चाहिए। हाँ।
फाइनेंसेस। नंबर 3
हाँ, थ्री फाइनेंस,
हुँ,
मैन पावर,
मैन पावर, ओके।
डायरेक्शन
ड्राइंग
देने के लिए
ड्राइंग
इंजीनियर चाहिए।
चाहिए, ड्राइंग।
ये चाहिए आपको, जगह चाहिए,
जगह
राइट?
चाहिए, इंजीनियर चाहिए। हाँ, जगह तो पहले चाहिए।
इंजीनियर चाहिए, वंडरफुल, वंडरफुल, वेरी नाइस। अच्छा, एक घर बाँधने के लिए कितनी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है इंसान को, एक घर बाँधने के लिए? तो देखिए, विल जस्ट टेक एन एग्ज़ाम्पल ऑफ अ ताज महल, व्हिच टूक 22 एंड हाल्फ ईयर्स। अजंता का एक मंदिर देखिए, अजंता के टेम्पल्स देखिए, इट हैज़ टेकन मोर देन 1000 ईयर्स, मोर देन 1000 ईयर्स। तो पैसा कहाँ से लाया होगा? वेयर these people would have managed all these finances? One time you can collect money, but it was not a small span, 1000 years. In 100 years, there are almost 5 generations. How many generations were involved there? Hundreds of generations. To pass on this planning to the generations, you need a tremendous planning, execution, management, right? प्लान तो कैसे आना चाहिए ना? तो हमारे पास में आई विल नॉट टेस्ट यू, लेट मी टेल यू, दिस नॉलेज एंड प्लानिंग वाज अवेलेबल इन आवर एंशिएंट स्क्रिप्चर्स। आई विल गिव यू नेम ऑफ दैट स्थापत्य शास्त्र। हैव यू एवर हर्ड दिस वर्ड स्थापत्य शास्त्र?
Yes, sir.
हाँ या ना?
Yes, sir.
वंडरफुल। कैन यू गेस मैम हाउ ओल्ड इट कुड बी स्थापत्य शास्त्र?
They comes in our Vedas
Wonderful. That is say
about
approximately.
the 7,000 to 8,000 years back.
No, 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 no. You are talking about the Gagar culture. No, no. The Vedic period is say about 4,000, 4,500, 5,000 years.
Yes,
Right.
okay.
So Stapatya Shastra is an ancient Indian science of architecture and construction covering town planning, temple design, sculptures, the houses, building harmony with the cosmic and natural forces, and rooted in a Vedic period that I told you. Nowadays we call it a Vastu Shastra. In China they call it Ingming. That's a different thing. But we are here concerned about Stapatya Shastra. This knowledge was there, and our ancestors they accumulated this knowledge and they created some memorable monuments in India with lots of symbols, and gives you these symbols gives you a wonderful uh, knowledge. You don't need any language to explain these symbols. And in the next part of a picture journey, I will show you some of the symbols which are used in our monuments. Second one, now can you tell me Murti Shastra? Have you ever heard this word Murti Shastra or Shilpa Shastra? किसने सुना है? नहीं सुना है तो कोई बात नहीं है। मूर्ति शास्त्र एंड शिल्प शास्त्र, it's a knowledge, scientific knowledge about how to create idols, murtis, or deities, prescribing the proportions, gestures, postures, ornaments, the materials, some symbols, and that Shastra is also 4,500 to 5,000 years old. Murti Shastra and Sthapatya Shastra, which was used in our buildings or monuments in India. I have showed you four important monuments in India. Now we'll go knowledge. You can cover it yourself. Indian knowledge system we are talking about. See, in Indian knowledge system, the Vedas, the Puranas, and Shastras, all these were the scriptures or the documents. Scriptures or the documents, and these scriptures and the documents, there was some barrier, big barrier. All these books were in two languages, Sanskrit and Prakrit. But a person who speaks Malayalam could understand some part because that is also Sanskrit based language. Or a person who speaks Tamil could also understand some part at some extent. But these two languages are classical languages and they have their ancient books and knowledge system in their own languages. But the basic, these granthas, basic books were performing as a role of a documentary knowledge or the science our ancestors developed, which was documented and which was passed on to the next generation. But what happened? The limitation of these scriptures was a language barrier was one, and it was not having access to the masses. Initially, all these books were recited. That was mantras were recited, and later on it was documented. And that's why we say there is a documentary which says our knowledge system, it was covered in these ancient shastras, and that was a beautiful instrument to pass on generation the informations which was useful for the human life, which was talking about the philosophy and human values, which was transformed to the next generation. Now, I was talking about these places, these documentary evidences. There were some places, they were centers of learning, and the people were going to learn to acquire this knowledge, and then they transform knowledge to the masses or different part of the country or different parts of the world. So, learning centers, वाराणसी, कोई वाराणसी का है, कोई यूपी का है इसमें? थोड़ा क्विकली, समय कम है, आधा घंटा बच गया सिर्फ. हाँ या ना? मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही इसका मतलब?
यस सर, आ रही है आवाज आप.
आ रही है ना? वाराणसी का है कोई? नो.
नो सर.
नो सर.
वाराणसी से? नो नो. ओके ओके. वाराणसी is, it is having another colloquial name also, बनारस. बनारस, जिसमें हमेशा रस बना होता है, यानी कि इंटरेस्ट बना होता है. वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग सिटी, is a live monument. ये वाराणसी, these are actually two words. वरुणा और आरसी नाम की दो नदियां हैं वहां पर, गंगा के बगल में, गंगा जी के बगल में, गंगा नदी के बगल में. और इस शहर का नाम, विच इज बेस्ड ऑन द बैंक्स ऑफ गंगा, वरुणा एंड आरसी. वरुणा आरसी की तरफ से उसका नाम हुआ है वाराणसी, विच वॉज अ वैदिक लर्निंग एंड फिलोसॉफी एंड रिचुअल लर्निंग सेंटर. मिथिला, मथुरा, प्रयाग, हरिद्वार, उज्जैन, अयोध्या, कांचीपुरम, महाबलीपुरम, Madurai in South India, Trivandrum, Calicut in Kerala. These were learnings. Trichy in Tamil Nadu. These were the learning centers. It was impossible to cover all the names of, across the India. I have given these names in the PowerPoint presentation, and right side you can see a live picture of a ghats of Banaras. See some of the beautiful pictures. One picture on the left side is a Banaras, second is Banaras, third one is a Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram is it was one of the greatest learning center in southern part of India, which is 90 kilometers away from today's big city Chennai, 7 million city Chennai. And that time, Kanchipuram served as a capital of Pallavas during 5th and 6th century AD. Mamallapuram was a big trade center, and this was one of the biggest learning center for the people, and today is serving as a religious monument. There are numerous temples, and this picture is one of the temple I have taken. Then Ayodhya with the beautiful lights, and Haridwar right side based on the Ganga. So Trichy in Tamil Nadu or Madurai, I was not able to take all the pictures, which was serving as a learning centers in our ancient knowledge system. अभी बुद्धिज्म की जब बात करेंगे, so there are monuments related to Hinduism or Sanatan. Second, after 6th century BC, Buddhism was developed. This philosophy of Buddha was spread, developed in 6th century, which became a very popular in 3rd century BC. I was talking about Dauli, which is a few kilometers away, say 75 kilometers away from Bhubaneswar. And there was a Kalinga war against the Kalinga small dynasty. Ashoka's mighty army attacked that, and Kalinga was crushed. And it was a turning point in the life of Ashoka. Because of that war, he was very disappointed. And finally, he started thinking, what I got? Nothing. So he has written the human values and the importance of Buddhism and the rock edicts, which are still standing there from 3rd century BC. And these the roots of Buddhism or Indian philosophy, Indian knowledge are there. It was a starting, and then it came different parts of India. So Buddhism, if we talk about the ancient scriptures, Tripitaka is a basic book which gives basic philosophy of Buddhism. Vinay Pitaka is a monastic rules and discipline. Sutta Pitaka is a disclosures and the teachings of Buddha, and Abhidhamma Pitaka is a philosophical and doctrinal analysis. But it's compiled in the form of books. But in India, there are more than 3,800 rock cut cave temples like Ajanta, Ellora, Karla, Bhaja, Betsa, Kondana, and out of that 1,400 are in India, and most of them, I will just give an example. There are 1,800 cave temples in Maharashtra. Out of these 1,800 cave temples, 1,800 cave temples, 1,400 are Buddhist, and that shows the influence of the philosophy which or doctrines of Siddhartha Gautam Buddha. And during that period, 6th century BC to 3rd century BC, it continued in 2nd AD, 7th AD, and it was going on till 13th century AD, creation of knowledge through the monuments, and they have spread these informations through paintings, murals, through symbols, and through different kind of stories. Now, purposely in this slide, I have taken a picture of a tree. Tree is a symbol. You can call it a banyan tree, or you can call it is not a clear picture. You can call it a banyan tree, or you can call it a peepal tree. Bodhi tree, but tree symbolizes the growth and development and prosperity of a human being. It's a life. It is related to the life of human being. So that symbol is used in Buddhism a lot, in Hinduism as well, in Jainism as well. So key ancient Buddhist learning centers: Nalanda, which is in Bihar; Vikramshila in Bihar; Takshashila nowadays it's in Pakistan, and the students were learning philosophy, medicine, and Buddhist studies. Vallabhi in Gujarat, Odantapuri in Bihar, Sarnath, uh, then in South India, Nagarjunakonda, Amravati. These were the biggest universities and learning centers of those days. They are not merely monuments. Now, University of Ancient Takshashila, you can collect this information yourself. I'm just reminding you. University of Takshi, influential teachers. So teachers were performing a most important role. Most important role. Obviously, students were also important in this learning and teaching process. But teachers, who were the famous teachers to use this ancient knowledge system and to spread the doctrines of knowledge of India? That is a Panini, Chanakya, Kumaralata. See, these beautiful temples, in fact, these are the ruins, some of the ruins of Takshashila, Nalanda, Nalanda University. When Nalanda University was set on the fire, 8 months it was burning, and millions of books were burned in this university. That kind of a huge knowledge system was developed by our ancestors. See, if we talk about Buddhism, so in the monastery, monks are studying. In some pictures, they are reading palm leaves. They had a particular monastic life. Can you see something on the screen?
Yes, sir.
ये आपको तीन picture, these three pictures are very clear. The monks are studying there, right? But right side corner there is a small
Monks.
picture, white and golden color. Can anyone identify that picture? From where does it come? No, uh,
Yes,
because
sir.
because it's not in India. It's in a Bhutan, and these are caves just 15 kilometers away from Paro, Bhutan. And to reach these caves, you have to walk 4 kilometers. It's situated on a cliff, on a high in the mountain, and these are known as a tiger nest. And this was a monastic life. The people were studying there, creating and developing. Now, these are some of the learning centers, some stupas. Can you see one monk here in a saffron color?
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
In this picture, you can see a facade. Facade means the front side of a cave. That part is taken as a half portion of a people tree. It's a half portion of a people tree, and that is a symbol of our university, Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar Marathwada University as well. And this picture is a very elaborate picture in this last cave. Can you see this one?
Yes, sir.
All these arches are there, no? This is not arches. In fact, this is a Chaitya window, symbol of a Chaitya, Chetana, subconscious mind, and the knowledge comes from outside, and that is symbolized by the leaf of a people tree, and that is a symbol. So in this cave, this is a 12 number of Ajanta, and left side is a 5 number of Yellora. Cave number 5. This is a cave number of 10 of Ajanta, and so this symbol is there, right? Now stupa, one stupa is here at the right side. Can you see it's a little bit broken? But this stupa is from the most ancient caves. It is 30, 75, 78 kilometers away from Sambhajinagar or Aurangabad. It's in Pitalkhora. So this is a bulbous portion, this is a round portion, a symbolism. It refers to earth, and there is a rectangle portion on the top of it. It refers four direction, cardinal direction, and it happens in everybody's life, and it's a prayer hall or a worship place in Buddhism. Now, not only Hinduism, Jain Buddhism, there was another philosophy, contemporary philosophy to Buddhism, that's a Jain philosophy, and Angamas. These are the teachings of Mahavira. Uh, Tattavarta Sutra, it's a philosophical treatise of Jain doctrine, and Samya Shastra, it's a study of a nature, soul, and liberation. So these are the documentary sources of knowledge created by our ancestors. The key ancient Jain learning centers. Vallabhi in Gujarat. Is there anybody from Karnataka? No? Okay. Shravanabelgola is a place. There is a huge statue of Bahubali. Girnar in Gujarat. Pataliputra Patna, and so many other learning centers. Actually, in these temples, whether it was a temple or viharas or chaityas, students and teachers were living there together. And this Guru Shishya Parampara was a perennial sources of our learning system in Indian subcontinent. I'm purposely repeating it again, Indian subcontinent. I'm not talking about the geo or political boundaries of today's India. It was in Pakistan, Bangladesh, it was in Nepal, it was in Bhutan, and it was in some neighboring countries, including Sri Lanka. So this system is one of the most ancient system. It was started in a see uh, in Gagar culture, it was developed in Indus Valley civilization, and Guru Shishya Parampara was one of the most perennial sources of the human life, and you learn human values. This is the same thing. Guru and Shishyas are sitting there and practicing, learning the knowledge. Now, now it's a very different part. Important Indian monuments. Now, in this important Indian monument, symbolism. See, symbolism and iconography in architecture and philosophy, these two words are very different. Iconography means a particular features to identify that particular symbol. They are correlated, but these are two different concepts. Symbolism means a general symbol. I'm going to show you some of the symbols. And iconography means how should an image of Shiva look like? How should an image of Vishnu look like? How should an image of Mahavira or Buddha look like? So these are some iconic symbols given to that figure, and then we can say if you find these features, serpent means Nagfana around his neck, Ardhachandra, that is a crescent, Trishula, Damru, Nandi. If you see these iconographs, then we say this is a symbol of Shiva. This is sculpture of Shiva. Now, in symbolism, there are different symbols are used. See, the towers in this temple. Can you see in this temple towers are there? Can you see this tower symbol?
Yes, sir.
It is symbolizing heaven. Om is a cosmic sound. These symbols are used in a Hindu philosophy, but swastika is a common symbol which is used in Buddhism, Jainism, and Hinduism. This is a Jaina chinna that symbolizes a particular philosophy or sitting under a tree and developing himself like a tree, and the conch is a symbol of universe. This kind of symbols are used in our monuments and they pass on information. These are, I have just given some examples. There are millions of symbols which are used by our ancestors for स्क्रीन पर कुछ दिखता है? कैन यू सी समथिंग ऑन द स्क्रीन?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, अभी कौन पढ़ेगा ऊपर से इस सिंबल को? इज दैट रीडेबल? कैन यू रीड दैट?
Yes, sir.
What is that on the top?
Shikar.
Shikara.
Spire.
Shikara. Okay, spire. Shikara means it's the paramount reach of your life, the highest. Next, left side.
It's Urus Shikar.
Urushik.
Half spire.
We are talking about symbolism. It's a temple structure. Next.
Then there is Pradakshina.
Pradakshina.
Is,
Pradakshina.
yeah, ambulatory.
Pradakshina, ambulatory, circumambulatory path. So whenever you go to a temple, you take a round to the temple. You take a round to the temple, and that taking a route is known as circumambulatory path. So you can go around the temple from left to right. Next.
Janga. Walls.
Janga means the walls, protection walls alongside.
Then balconied windows.
Okay, there are windows in the
Then
balcony. Jagati,
Jagati or
Jagati means
platform.
foundation. Jagati means a foundation. Now you come on the top of the right side.
On the right side we have Garbha Griha, Sanctum Sanctorum.
Okay, that's the main structure or where the deity or a form is there. So it is symbolized. There's a place to carry another soul, Garbhagraha. That's
Then
the beginning
Anda.
of life, human life. It corresponds to human life, beginning of human life. And this I will come back again. Okay. See, it is corresponding to human life, human body. All these is, can you see a human figure there?
Yes, sir.
These pictures are not vague pictures. These are taken from Murti Shastra. And it is corresponding the head portion. All these portions are given in the temple architecture like a human structure. Like next one.
Then there is Andaran or vestibule.
Antarala means the middle portion. Next.
Kalash. That is
Okay.
symbolic water pot.
Your target in the life, the top, Amlak. Next. Amlak is a figure, like a bulbous figure or a round figure, like a Prithvi. Next.
Then there is Mahamandap, large
Mahamandala
assembly
is a
hall.
congregational place for the devotees, for discussion of knowledge and all. The meaning of a temple, whether it's a Buddhist temple, Jain temple, or Hindu temple, it's not only places of worship, it's places of practicing culture, knowledge, language, art, architecture, culture. If you go to South India, even now there are some living temple. If you go to Madurai temple. In Madurai temple, there are dance classes are taken there. The students are trained right from the age of 2.5. They are trained there. They are trained there. Uh, they are given a scientific knowledge of dances. So temple is not only a material of a structure of a material, bricks or some wooden material or cement or some steel. No, it's not like that. Temple, any temple or a spiritual place, I say spiritual place. It could be a mosque also. It's a place of a gathering, congregation, discussion of knowledge, discussion of a culture, learning of a culture, and transformation of a culture, tradition, and all. And it was taking place in Mahamandapa, Mandapa, both. Next,
Then there is the Mandap Assembly Hall.
assembly hall. That's it. Yeah. First, assembling there and going to the main Mandapa, Mahamandapa, for congregation. For worshipping purpose, people were going to Antarala. After Antarala, there is a Garbhagraha, main temple. But these were the places for gathering. Next.
Then Ardha Mandap entrance porch.
Right. Now, I hope so you understood a little bit. These monuments are not a set of particular buildings, but these are sets of practicing knowledge of which is used, which is useful for the life. Right. Prominent styles of temple architecture, I will just say you, I'm not going to deliver here a talk on a specialization. You are not an architect, you are professors in a different areas, but just let me give you an idea about the basic temple structure is like a human body. So like this figure, right? It is a lying down, but this is a standing structure. And this one is a prominent styles of temple. So there are different temples which are created in different parts of India. Different parts of India. So Nagara temple means North Indian style. I'm giving you some examples. Dravida means South Indian style. Vesara means a Deccan, and south and north combination. Kalinga means Odisha style. Maru Gurjara. Dilwara temple of Modhera, that is in Gujarat. Hoysala temple Belur Halebid, that's in Karnataka. Pandyan, that's Vijayanagara Hampi. Kerala style. Sloping roofs. Padmanabha Swami temple is the best example. In Trivandrum, Himalayan variants. Himalaya region, there are different, little bit different, but the basics are always these two structure. This is this, these are the chakras in the body, and this is the standing. And this is the next one. And now, Nagara style examples. Say, these are Khajuraho temple. This is one of the temples of Khajuraho. There were 84 temples, 84 temples, and from these 84 temples, only 22 temples are living. Now, right side, can you see this picture? I have darkened that little bit. दिख रहा है आपको?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
हाँ,
sir.
ये कहाँ का मंदिर है? एनी आइडिया?
Is it
सूर्य
Hampi?
मंदिर है.
Correct. This is Surya Mandir from Odisha, and that tower is a 30 meters. That tower is not a main temple. It was an entrance. That temple was a, say, like 110 meters original temple. That is a wheel of life. The whole temple looks like a chariot or a ratha, which is based on, the whole temple is based on like this. So it is a Nagara style temple, North Indian style, which is in Khajuraho. Left one is Khajuraho, right side is a Odishan temple. Okay. This is a right side temple. Can you see right side temple, small one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's from Tamil Nadu, Mamallapuram. and this temple is 1,000 years old. Structure is similar. Now, this is also 1,000 years old temple, this temple, and this temple is a Bradeshwara temple in Tanjavur. And this is the most classical example of a perfect planning, execution, and management of our ancestors. It's a perfect calculation of geometry, example of geometry. It's a perfect example of mathematics. The entire sciences, Sthapatya Shastra, that means structural engineering, Murti Shastra means inner decoration, then the geometry, uh, mathematics, everything was used, and this temple was built by Raja Chola in 10th century AD in Tanjavur. And right side, this is 16th century temple. That tower is known as a Gopuram. Gopuram is an entrance. This temple has got 12 entrances. It is situated in Madurai, in South India, in Tamil Nadu, and this is one of the towers of that temple. Now, most intricate designs, can you see the mixture? This left side temple is a Belur in Karnataka, but this temple, can you see these beautiful carvings? That lady just coming out from the bathroom and she's drying her hair. दिखाई दे रहा है कि आपको बाथरूम में से बाहर आई है लेडी, एक प्रिंसेस,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
बाल को वो सुखा रही है हाथ से. See this beautiful intricate carving here. तो ये उनको कोई ब्यूटी नहीं बतानी थी. They never wanted to show the beauty of temple. They wanted to show the level of their art, at what extent they were reached, and how they utilize the ancient knowledge system for creation of places for the congregation and worship and learning centers. Look at this. These are some imaginary sculptures are there, left and right, with beautiful ornamentation, and that is known as the Makara Torana. It's a symbolic animal, it's a symbol of a prosperity, it's a mixture of five animals together. And simply, this is yellow tower, Gopuram of a Belur, and there is a stamba, Dwaja stamba, or a flag pillar in this temple. See, the Ganesha Murti. The diagram is given of this temple. It's a Belur temple. See, the mandapa and all. The structures are quite similar. This temple looks like very simple, but one must see these temples at least once in a lifetime. Such a beautiful images I haven't seen anywhere in my life. I had been to 39 countries in the world, so many countries in Asia and Europe, but I haven't seen this kind of sculptures and beauty. See this Nandi, see these pillars. These temple pillars are shining like a mirror. Can you see this? And as if it's worked on the lathe machines. It's in Belur. It's a few kilometers, say about 250 kilometers, 225 kilometers away from Mysuru. Look at this one here. कितने लोगों को नींद आ रही है भाई?
No, sir. It's
अभी
No,
तक
sir.
Okay. So in this symbolism, they have used the life symbols. In this Belur temple, you can see missiles are used in a war. Missiles, like rockets. People, they are drinking coconut water with a straw. It was known this temple belongs to 11th century, 10th and 11th. But in 10th and 11th century, they were showing their advanced knowledge using it's a very clear, very clear. अच्छा, ये कहावत किसने सुनी है, प्यार अंधा होता है?
सबने सुनी, sir.
सुनिए ना. तो इस मंदिर में एक लड़की है और एक लड़का है, जवान दोनों. तो लड़की का मुंह गधे का है और लड़का नॉर्मल दिखाई दे रहा है, एक दूसरे के गले में हाथ देके चल रहे हैं, तो जवानी में क्या सुंदरता है और क्या है ये किसको पता नहीं चलता, प्यार प्यार होता है। तो ये सिंबलाइज उन्होंने वो कहावत को वहां पर डिपिक्ट किया है। तो ऐसे मिलियंस ऑफ एग्जांपल्स आर देयर अबाउट द सिंबोलिज्म ऑफ इंडिया। देन कलिंगा स्टाइल, it's a left side temple is a Odisha temple, Bhubaneswar, and right side temple is a Kalinga style of temple, but it's a North Indian style basically. It's a northeast. It's a Puri, Jagannath Puri. These were the learning centers. Even now they are learning centers. Wow. This temple is a mandapa, and this temple is a 13th and 14th century AD. Can you see the towers on this temple? 99 towers on this temple. The whole structure is made of marble. Its a period was 99 years to make one temple. And if you go inside this temple, it's a giant temple. It's millions of statues and figures, which are simply symbol of knowledge, which was used in this monument. Say Karnataka. Wow. Again, this temple, we have seen this, but look at this figure. Look at this beauty on the stone. It's a beautiful sculpture. देखिए, पैर देखिए, anklets, toe ring. My God, beautiful ornamentation. Sorry, she is not naked. She is wearing transparent clothes. Such beautiful images are there. हम्पी, किसने हम्पी देखा है? हैज एनीबडी सीन हम्पी? कर्नाटका? पंढरपुर के विठल दर्शन लिया है किसने? पंढरपुर
No,
गया?
sir.
हाँ? Is there anybody who had been to Pandharpur? No? Okay. This was the original temple of a Vithala. But in the 16th century AD, this image of Vithala was transported from this temple to Pandharpur. This picture is on some currency note, Indian currency note. Tamil Nadu, who is there from Kerala? Jaldi, jaldi, jaldi. Bega, bega. Shigram.
Sir,
Who is
this
from
is Vadakkunnathan Temple, Thrissur. In Thrissur, Pune is conducted.
Vadunathan Temple, Thrissur. This one, left side. And right side?
Right side, it is Padmanabha Swami Temple.
Temple in Trivandrum. Can you tell me ancient name of Trivandrum? Tiruvananthapuram. Ancient name.
Tiruvananthapuram.
Huh?
It's named for the Sananda Padmanabhan. This is he is the deity there in Padmanabha Swami Kshetram.
Wonderful. 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 So these are some of the temples in Himalayan monuments, and now some giant temples, these beautiful figures, and they are, symbols of knowledge. And the final one, we have only 3 minutes now, and I say thank you, not it, but I will summarize this lecture. So it was a small journey through our monuments and how the monuments and symbolism help us to understand our ancient knowledge system. I will summarize a few points. So Indian monuments primarily they are purely artistic. They are not only purely artistic uh, creations, they are archives of knowledge, compassion, science, philosophy, art, architecture, spirituality. That is one point you have to note down. Second point, I was talking about the iron pillar, which is in the campus of Qutub Minar of Delhi, that shows the highest knowledge which was developed by our ancestors in the area of metallurgy. Metallurgies, the how to develop metals. I was talking about the Jantar Mantar, the monument which is in Jaipur, created by Savai Madhav Singh, Man Singh. Second, Jantar Mantar in Delhi is also there. One of the ancient texts we were talking about, our knowledge system, that was a Silpa Shastra or a Murti Shastra. Even now, this education is given in one of the university, only one university, that is in Kanchipuram. Step well, I was talking about, they were the perennial sources for water for our ancestors. They used hydraulic engineering and combined with the cosmic symbolism in that system. Then the Ashokan period, these rock edicts was a symbol of governance, morality, and compassion. Because the lesson of compassion, Ashoka took it from there. There were so many universities in India, and they are considered as a monument because they are preserved and transmitted multidisciplinary knowledge for us. And the final point, overall Indian monuments are described as they are the salient teachers, sleeping teachers, preserving ancient wisdom. With these words, I thank you, one and all. I thank you, Dr. Madhuri Sawant, madam, for giving me an
Thank you, sir.
to
So
giving.
you can,
Thank you,
yeah,
sir.
please off your this thing, presentation.
Sorry,
Can you please off your presentation?
it's away now.
Okay,
I'm
okay, okay.
I think it's gone. Or stop sharing. Okay.
Oh, stop sharing. Sir, thank you so much. Knowing sir since last 20, 25 years now, he has been a very good mentor for me. And of course, he's working as the in Tourist Guides Federation of India. And last few months back, he has taken a conference over here, which was a very big convention and under his able guidance, and which was a very, very good gathering of all the tourist guides from all over India. And he has lot of traditional experiences. And as far as I know, if you see Ajanta and Ellora with Professor Dr. Subhash Jadhav, then you will never forget it. The way he explains and the command he has towards the German language, and I have seen him working with a lot of German companies as well. I hope this lecture was very enchanting and very informative for all the participants over here who have joined from various parts of India. And sir, thank you. No, thank you again for accepting our invitation. And we will go for a formal vote of thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Participants?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. On the behalf organizers of online refresher course, IKS, skill-based curriculum development, and all the participants, I am Archana Katre from Sundarrao Solanki Mahavidyalaya, Mazalgaon. I express my sincere gratitude to our resource person, Dr. Subhash Jadhav, sir. Sir, very nicely and very deeply expressed what is the monuments and monuments in the India. Sir also gives the information regarding Ashok pillars before Ashok pillar, how years they developed before 2000 years. They express how the ancient Indians are very advanced in cultural cultures like metallurgy. Sir also explain the symbolism. In that, sir gives the various examples like Jantar Mantar in Jaipur. Next, uh, Jantar Mantar in Rajasthan. And sir also gives the very deep information regarding the ancient culture like Gagar cultures that exist before 7,000 to 8,000 years back. Sir also gives a nice information regarding the prominent temples, stupas, Mask of India's Ajanta Ellora caves, and royal and secular monuments. Sir also gives the information regarding the state well in Hampi, Jaipur, Nanded, and also gives the examples of Ajanta Ellora, Taj Mahal as a monument. Sir also gives the information regarding the various forts in India, like forts about 1,800 forts are exist in India. Sir also explain the various cultures like Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. And sir also gives the information regarding the various ancient university like Takshashila University of Nalanda, and also explain the Guru Shishya Parampara. It is a very traditionally what is the relation between the Guru and Shishya. Sir also uh, gives the important regarding the Indian monuments like iconography, architecture, and philosophy. Sir, I like very much you deeply and very nicely explain the structure of a temple. What is the temple? Temple is not only the material; it is the place of worship, cultures, knowledge, and learning of our tradition or discussion from one generation to other generation. Sir also explain the prominent styles of temples in India, like Nayagara, Dravida from south, Vasara from Deccan, Kalinga from Odisha, Moru from Gujarat, and Himalayan Jageshwar temple. Sir, very nicely explain the types of a temple in our ancient India. How ancient India and our ancestors having the great knowledge regarding the cosmic knowledge, geometrical knowledge, and mathematical knowledge. Thank you, sir. This lecture is a very nice. You very deeply explained our culture in every uh, Jainism, Buddhism, every religion in our India, in ancient uh, India. You explained very nicely, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Special thanks to
I
all.
also thank you to all of our organizing committee of this refresher course, course coordinator Dr. Madhuri ma'am, Gaurav sir, for organizing such a nice refresher course in Asian knowledge system by conducting this refresher course to us. By concluding this session, I'm thankful all of you. Thank you all of you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
madam.
sir.
Thank you, one and all, and especially for the organizing committee, especially for Dr. Madhuri Sawant. And it was a really great pleasure. I hope so. It was not much boring, and I tried myself to restrict in a particular areas. Otherwise, see, these ancestors, they took more than 7,000 years to create treasures of knowledge, and who I am to talk about the whole thing within 1.5 hours. But I tried my level best to give at least a direction, glimpses with some words. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ji sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
We will have our next speaker now. I'll just check whether he's there. Okay, we already have our next speaker, Professor Dr. Parikshat Manhas from the school, Business School of Hospitality and Tourism Management, University of Jammu. Sir, namaskar, sir.
Namaskar, ma'am. Very good afternoon. I
Yeah,
think
it is nice.
your earlier
Yeah,
lecture just
yeah, we are so sorry. It just took a while, 9 or 10 minutes extra.
I think
Please
people
excuse
would
us
need a
for that.
break also.
Sorry,
No, but
sir.
these people would need a break also. I think
No,
they
no,
must
there
be
is no
tired. They
break,
would need
sir.
a five. No
No, sir,
break.
we
Okay,
don't have.
that's
We
fine.
have break from 2 to 3 o'clock. So we will continue. Sir,
Okay.
आपका और एक बार हम स्वागत करते हैं और आभार व्यक्त करते हैं. You joined our this refresher course, and to get an appointment of sir was, it was. I was looking forward to invite him because he's one of the most dynamic professors I have seen in India, and known him since a very long time, almost a decade and more. And he has holded very important positions in Jammu and Kashmir, that is a chairman of Jammu and Kashmir Board of School Education, and he is also former director, State Council of Educational Research and Training. So he has a vast experience in the field of education, and our topic was related to IKS and skill based in curriculum development. So I thought of inviting you, sir, thinking that you will be the best resource person for today's forum, because we are having assistant professors and academicians from all parts of India. Okay, from different subjects, that is from science, commerce, management, arts faculty, and I hope your guidance would be very, very beneficial for them. So we would formally introduce you, sir. So I request the participants to please introduce, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead, sir.
Uh, yes, ma'am. Yes. Uh, Good afternoon to everyone. Myself, Dr. Ashok Ganga Bambore, Assistant Professor, Department of History, Tushnewal Art, Commerce, Science College, Shengaon. The college are affiliated by Swami Ramananda Tirtha Marathwada University, Nanded. Today, a second session, I introduction today's guest lecturer, Professor Parikshat Singh Manhas is a PhD, postmaster in ECIS, Seattle University, USA, MBA, MTM. Professor Parikshat Singh Manhas is a professor
I think there is some technical
Board of
hinges over
School
here.
Education.
So, yeah, so roll number
And
32, you can please mute yourself. There is a
roll number 32,
technical.
madam. Hello. Uh,
सर आपका आवाज बीच में कट रहा है, तो आप म्यूट करिए, मैं सर का इंट्रोडक्शन दे दूंगी.
हाँ
Okay,
हेलो
we
अब
have
मैं
for today's
अ,
lecture we have Professor Dr. Parikshat Singh Manhas, who is professor in the Business School of Hospitality and Tour Management in the University of Jammu. And as I told you, he is a former chairman, Jammu and Kashmir Board of School Education, and former director, State Council of Education, Research and Training. He has also been a rector, Udhampur campus, University of Jammu, and a director, School of Hospitality and Tourism Management. He has also been the coordinator of Global Understanding course at University of Jammu, being run in collaboration with East Carolina University, USA, and coordinator UGC Innovative Program. He was also CEO of Promoter Director, University of Jammu, Special Purpose Vehicle Foundation, a section and company, and Director, University Business Incubation and Innovation Center, University of Jammu. He was also coordinator, National Innovation and Startup
हाँ हाँ
Policy,
हेलो
and President, Institution Innovation Council, University of Jammu, and Innovation Cell, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India initiative. He was also Dean, Faculty of Hospitality and Tourism Management, Maharaja Ranjit Singh Punjab Technical University, Bhatinda, India, and also a member of Task Force for Implementation of National Education Policy 2020, Government of Jammu and Kashmir. Presently, he is co-leader, organizing committee of United Nations World Tourism Organization, affiliate members, working group of tourism and cultural synergies. He is also regional director, Asia and Eastern Europe of CED, that is World Center of Excellence for Destinations, that is United Nations World Tourism Organization's affiliate member. He is also president, Commerce Management Association of India, and advisor, Total Synergy Consultancy Private Limited. He was also fellow of Australia Indian Institute, New Delhi, member of Tourism Advisory Board of the State of Jammu and Kashmir, which was headed by Honorable Chief Minister of State of Jammu and Kashmir. He has been visiting professor at Taylor's School of Hospitality, Tourism and Culinary Arts, Taylor's University, Malaysia, honorary visiting professor, Atal Bihari Vajpayee School of Management and Entrepreneurship in Jawaharlal Nehru University. He has also been visiting professor to Emirates Academy of Hospitality and Management in Dubai, UAE, and Zubanov State University in Akotbe Republic of Kazakhstan, Bashir State University, Ufa, Bashkortostan, Russia, and Graduate School of Business, Asian University, Lima, Peru, which is in South America. Professor Manhas earned his PhD on brand positioning strategies from University of Jammu, and he did his postmaster in electronic commerce and information science from Elmo School of Business, Seattle University, USA, with the distinction. MBA from University of Jammu, India, and Masters in Tourism from IGNOU, Delhi. He has been teaching internet marketing, brand management, destination management, and marketing management of both graduate and undergraduate level in tourism destination, and PhD of others to research students in the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management. Recreation and hospitality management, education and marketing, sustainable responsible tourism, brand management. He is also working on post-conflict tourism and peace building. Professor Manhas was a runner-up in the at the Institute of Hospitality Education Research Award in 2016 of the UKRI conference in Budapest. He has also been awarded major projects as a major leader under the UK India Education Research Institute. Thematic partnership during the year 2015 to 2017. He was a Commonwealth Fellow for the year 2014. He was also a Hungarian Faculty Research Fellow in 2013 under the Indo-Hungarian Educational Exchange Program for the year 2012 and 13. Shastri Indo-Canadian Fellow in 2009, and he has won Career Award for Best Young Teacher awarded by All India Council of Technical Education, Government of India. in 2009. He has also been awarded with major research projects by University Grants Commission, Indian Council for Social Science Research, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. Dr. Parikshat Manhas is editorial board member of the Journals in Management and Sustainability Journal, tourism cases of International Tourism Council of Restaurant and Institutional Education, Journal of Regional Statistics of the Hungarian Central Statistics Office, Hungary, Asia Pacific Journal of Innovation in Hospitality and Tourism, Taylor's University, Malaysia, and Team Journal of Hospitality and Tourism. And he's also former editorial board member of Journal of Hospitality and Tourism Education. He was also member advisory council for Center for Research and Innovation, Taylor's University, Malaysia. Dr. Manhas is board member of Asia Pacific Council of Hotels, Restaurant and Institutional Education, and also member Research Committee and Education Committee of International Council on Hotel, Restaurant and Institutional Education. He has been member of Board of Studies of various universities, I'm sure not in the India, but of course the world, and he is also member of All India Board of Hospitality and Tourism Management of AICTE. He has authored 10 books and has more than 100 publications, research papers which has been published in journals, edited books, and in the conference proceedings. So this was a very brief introduction, though you all might have thought that it is a huge introduction. He has done tremendously well in the education field and in the academic field. On behalf of MMTTC, sir, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, I welcome you on this refresher course forum. Over to you, sir.
A very good afternoon to Professor Madhuri, and a very good afternoon to all the participants present over here. I know most of you would like to keep your videos off just for the reason that it takes a lot of bandwidth and the internet is slow. So, but it will be recommended that if you are not able to hear my voice or if there is any discrepancy, just give a thumbs up or just let me know. Okay. So, am I audible properly, Dr. Madhuri?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So, I have the rights. So, I'll start with sharing the screen. Okay. Here it is. And this is what we are going to talk about today. And this is going to be a discussion about the Indian knowledge system. So what I'm going to talk about is bridging tradition and innovation, integrating Indian knowledge system into skill-based curriculum. So that's going to be practically what my thought process is going to be for today's lecture. And that's what I'm going to be talking about. I understand this is going as on the YouTube also as YouTube Live. Ji Madhuri ji?
Ji sir, ji sir. It is going on live.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. So I'm grateful to first of all the university for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to interact with all of you. And then obviously the department and Madhuri ma'am for giving me a chance to be present with you and to talk to you about a topic which is building up slowly within our system and which is actually carrying a lot of impetus vis-a-vis our future is concerned, and especially the government's thought process regarding Viksit Bharat 2047. So this is something which is picking up in a very, very positive and a progressive manner. And obviously, we as I'll say the gurus should be aware of what we need to do and should try our little best to see to it that we contribute towards the growth of this institution and help it in the growth of the Indian knowledge system. So the basic fact is that this is the course overview and post learning outcomes that I have obviously. But the basic aspect that we need to talk about is we need to understand what Indian knowledge system is all about, how it is working and what it is all moving about. See, we all have been aware of the fact that that we are one of those nations, one of those countries, or rather, I'll say one of those regions, because country again would be a very smaller aspect. And we are talking about the undivided India, or the larger India that we were, we had a vast body of knowledge, and our culture was very deeply embedded, and it was not just limited to what the world talks about spirituality, but it also had philosophy, science, medicine, everything encompassed into it. And as our granths keep talking about, and they refer to the fact that how in ancient India also, or in medieval India also, we had all these things, and where we were able to cure a lot of big problems or big diseases also. There are very important characteristics of our system, and our system actually was doing a holistic approach towards learning and development. It was very practical oriented, and where theoretical aspect was being given a lot of importance, but practical application was also being talked about. Ethical dimensions, देखिए आज कल के जमाने में हम ये plagiarism की बात करते हैं, we keep talking about plagiarism and all that, copying other people's work. In those days only, we had a lot of emphasis on ethical and spiritual dimension. Experiential learning was a very important aspect. Participatory learning, क्योंकि हमारे ancient गुरुकुल से और आज भी उन गुरुकुल परंपरा को जिस तरह से वापस लाया जा रहा है, the way it is being brought about, it is all about participatory learning, where everybody within the community is given an opportunity to work up, to build up, and to do it that things move in a proper aspect. हमारी ancient surgical techniques जो हैं, mathematical innovations जो हैं, astronomical calculations, we were one of those who from thousands of years were able to predict with precise precision the positioning of stars, and were able to make a lot of astronomical prediction. In fact, हमारे ancient texts हैं जैसे कि सूर्य सिद्धांता, इसकी पूरी it had achieved a remarkable prescription in celestial calculations. कब हाई टाइड आएगी, कब लो टाइड आएगी, मून की क्या स्टेटस होगा, सन का क्या स्टेटस होगा, और मैथमेटिकल तो आप जानते ही, यू ऑल आर अवेयर अबाउट द मैथमेटिकल इनोवेशंस, concept of zero, decimal system, algebraic principles. They all were present over there, and we even in our ancient surgical techniques, we are able to talk about near about 300 ancient surgical procedures we were able to perform. So this is all very important, and this is very this speaks volumes about what our Indian knowledge system has been and how it has been working out. It is primarily talking about the holistic approaches towards body-mind integration or experiential learning. And when we talk about body-mind integration, we are talking about traditional education, which recognizes the interconnectedness of various physical, mental, and emotional well-being. So we are actually referring towards all those things. And when we talk about experiential learning, we are talking about medical education, we are talking about agricultural education or agricultural science, traditional crop rotation, how it's being done. Companion plantation was one of the very important concepts that we had. जहाँ की companion plantation, teaching sustainable farming principles, business management, traditional. अभी भी हमारे वहाँ अजंता अलोरा में वो आगे कितनी हमारे रूट से business से trading principles from our Shastra for business practice is part of the knowledge system. Keeps talking about all these things. Talk about actually towards various guiding principles for oil, and constantly refer to and ethics. We constantly keep referring towards sustainability. Yeah, sustainability.
Participants, let me confirm, sir has left or due to technical errors?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir, we can't. Yes, ma'am, we can't see it.
Okay, I'm calling him.
Yeah, I've joined back. Okay, so can you all hear me clearly?
जी sir.
There was a connection reset actually. After floods, there is a lot of problem. So you keep pinging me, and you can always message me on the WhatsApp also if I lose contact. या ये कनेक्शन स्लो है तो मैं दूसरे पे वापस चला जाऊंगा, पिछले नेटवर्क पे दोबारा चला जाऊंगा. ये नेटवर्क ठीक है?
जी sir, this is much better. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. तो अगर वापस जाना होगा आप मुझे बता देना, बस just give me a call and I'll come back on the other network.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Electricity will play
Yes,
lot
sir.
of count over here. जम्मू में काफी फ्लड्स आए थे, आपने शायद सुना होगा, उसकी वजह से.
Yeah, we are hearing about the natural calamities you are facing right now.
जी, 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 जी. तो ये थोड़ा सा उसका था. So when I refer to what I'm going to do is मैं एक छोटा सा काम करता हूँ, मैं अपना वीडियो बंद कर देता हूँ, so उससे साउंड और भी क्लियर होगी आप.
ठीक है सर.
So I think this will give you a lot more clarity. So when we talk about ethical frameworks, the guiding principles were dharma and ethics, and sustainability and harmony. And I was trying to talk to you about sustainability. Now, this concept is picking up in a big way, and we have this SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. We have these Millennium Development Goals, where we were primarily talking about the fact that everything around us should live in a very harmonious way, should live in a very positive way, and we should not destroy our systems, or we should not destroy the resources that we have on hand. So we come to NEP 2020 and IKS integration. Now, this is a very important aspect which talks about, first of all, I'll talk about the key provisions of NEP. And it's a basic policy framework for implementation of very positive national education policy that was built up in 2020, and its implementation is going on, and a lot of it has already been done, but some of it is still pending, and it's getting we are getting it done. So what it referred towards, that mandatory integration of IKS across all the curriculum. So this policy was actually attempting to bridge the gap between traditional learning and the contemporary education by bringing forward indigenous knowledge in a structured and academically rigorous way. So there was a provision for 5% of total credits dedicated to IKS. This credit allocation ensured that students gain sufficient exposure to traditional knowledge, making it a formal and assessed part of their academic journey. There was an emphasis on interdisciplinary approach. Obviously, this was thought of that this approach would foster creativity and innovation by allowing students to view problems from multiple knowledge paradigms. Mother tongue and multilingual education was one of the very important aspects, and integrating IKS through regional languages, enhancing accessibility and authenticity, allowing deeper engagement with traditional texts. It was a very important aspect of art, science, and all that. And research and documentation is also a very important aspect. Vis-a-vis is a key provision. This was actually to encourage academic inquiry into relevance and applications of IKS, further strengthening its integration into mainstream education and promoting evidence-based validation. So that was a very important aspect. And why this integration matters. Now, the basic question is, when we keep talking about, keep thinking about why IKS integration matters. So obviously, it has a contemporary relevance. There are many global challenges which can be taken care of. I was talking about sustainability crisis. आजकल आप देखते हैं लोगों का mental breakdown हो रहा है. People are breaking down and are not able to perform their jobs properly. Healthcare benefits are is restored and is taken care of, and then innovation it emerges when ancient principles inspire modern applications. For example, biomimicry in design or natural dyes in sustainable fashion. So these are some of the things that are very important and which make IKS integration very important. The skill-based education framework that we talk about, NEP 2020, talks about skill development vision, and 21st century skill focus is is there, and we keep talking about this critical thinking, creativity, and innovation. So all this is actually very important vis-a-vis the growth aspect of the Indian education system is concerned, and also it helps in adaptability and flexibility, which will help students thrive in a fast-changing environments. Skills we saw as critical during the pandemic when education and work rapidly shifted online. So this is a very important example when everything shifted online and how things were building it up, how things were being taken into account. That was something which was very important. So if we talk about IKS and skill development strategy, so there are traditional skills integration. We talk about, for example, craftsman, modern application जिसकी आप एक craftsman की आप craftsmanship की देख सकते हैं, which is design thinking, attention to detail, quality consciousness, और मेजरेबल आप इसके आउटकम जैसे देख सकते हैं, हायर प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी स्कोर्स इन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. तो क्राफ्ट्समैन जो ट्रेडिशनल आर्ट्स एंड हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स की इसकी मॉडर्न एप्लीकेशन जो डिजाइन एंड थिंकिंग में आ गई. प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग अगर आप देखें तो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, वी टॉक अबाउट वैदिक मैथमेटिक्स, वी टॉक अबाउट मेंटल कैलकुलेशन पैटर्न. आप देखते हैं कहीं भी अगर आप स्पेलिंग बी कंपटीशन जो यूएस में बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, या आप मैथमेटिकल कंपटीशंस देखिए, तो लॉट ऑफ मेंटल कैलकुलेशन इज डन. क्रिटिकल जो इक्वेशंस होती हैं उनकी भी मेंटल कैलकुलेशंस की जाती हैं. सो मेंटल कैलकुलेशंस, पैटर्न रिकॉग्निशन, एल्गोरिथम थिंकिंग, faster calculation speeds are built up, and that is done. Then we can talk about Ayurvedic principles, holistic health management, preventive care, personalized medicine. So this will help in better lifestyle related health issues and all that. Wellness की अगर हम बात करें तो we talk about yoga and meditation, stress management, emotional regulation, mindfulness, improvement in workplace productivity. तो measurable outcomes भी अगर आप इनके देखेंगे तो साथ साथ इनके बड़े ही पॉजिटिव मेजरेबल आउटकम्स भी हमें मिल रहे हैं, जिससे कि आईकेएस एंड स्किल डेवलपमेंट के बीच में एक सिनर्जी बिल्टअप की जा सकती है और एक सिनर्जी बनाई जा सकती है. अगर आप इसकी philosophical foundations, if you look at the Panchkosha model or the philosophical foundation that we have, this Panchkosha model actually is drawn from the Upanishadic wisdom of the Indian knowledge system IKS. It provides a holistic framework for human development. It describes the 5 layers of human existence. Actually, it is describing the 5 layers of human existence: the physical health, the energetic sheet, the mental sheet, the intellectual sheet, the blissful sheet, जैसे कि अनमया कोशा, pranamaya कोशा, manomaya कोशा, vijnamaya कोशा and anandamaya कोशा, जिसे blissful sheet कहा जाता है. वैल्यू बेस्ड एजुकेशन, कैरेक्टर डेवलपमेंट, इससे आपकी कैरेक्टर डेवलपमेंट एंड रिफ्लेक्टिव प्रैक्टिसेस व्हिच एनविजन इन एनईपी नर्चर एंड इनर जॉय. अगर आप फिजिकल शेप की बात करें तो एनईपी's emphasis on physical fitness, nutrition, awareness. Yoga finds direct alignment here. School programs such as sports, health education, midday meals can nurture all these things. So all these 5 layers of existence are very, very important. इसमें अगर हम गुरु शिष्य, आप सबको मेरी आवाज आ रही है क्लैरिटी से? थम्स अप वुड डू.
Yes, sir.
जी सर.
थैंक यू. सो गुरु शिष्य परंपरा इन मॉडर्न कंटेक्स्ट, अगर हम इसकी बात करें तो अगर आप इसको if you try to build it up, this or teacher disciple tradition provides timeless lessons for modern education. At its core is it's emphasized personal mentoring. बेसिकली तो यही, जैसे आज मेंटर मेंटी का कॉन्सेप्ट शुरू हो गया है, तो ये शुरू से हमारे सिस्टम में था, जहाँ पे गुरु शिष्य परंपरा में एक गुरु के पास 4, 5, 10 शिष्य होते थे जिनको मेंटर करता था. पर्सनलाइज्ड मेंटरिंग वी टॉक अबाउट. सो लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म, पर्सनलाइज्ड लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म्स जैसे आजकल बिल्टअप हो रहे हैं, स्टार्टअप मेंटर्स आजकल आ रहे हैं. सो ये जो परंपरा थी, इट वाज आल्सो डीपली एक्सपीरियंशियल, with students learning through hands-on practice, much like project-based learning in modern classrooms. Knowledge was also tied to character formation, ensuring values and ethics accompanied skills. Community-based learning environments were built up in such a manner that everybody understood what is going on and how things are being built up. And there was a shared responsibility concept. Community बेस्ड लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट्स में एक शेयर्ड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आती थी, and the long term student teacher bond extended far beyond academics into life guidance, much like enduring mentor mentee relationships we see in professional and entrepreneurial ecosystems. Knowledge organization system. So if now I come to the knowledge organization system, so common classification frameworks that we keep talking about, practical application of these classification frameworks that we keep talking about. We have disciplinary classification, we have functional classification, we have hierarchical classification. If we talk about disciplinary classification, we are talking about traditional systems organizing knowledge into what I'll say is 6 supporting disciplines for holistic understanding, modern application, interdisciplinary programs combining engineering with environmental science. इसकी की बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. Drawing from traditional ecological knowledge. Then we have functional classification, where we talk about the theoretical knowledge, foundation concept from traditional texts. We talk about applied knowledge, practical implementation in contemporary context. We are talking about professional knowledge. We are talking about career specific applications. Then we have hierarchical classification. So ये सारे जो classifications, knowledge organizing system, these are the common frameworks that we keep talking about and which are there in Indian knowledge system and also prevalent in our and which NEP is constantly referring towards. So इसमें if you are looking at building up your curriculum, especially at the school level or college level, we are trying to talk about a curriculum design principles which are very important, which are based upon authenticity, which are based upon relevance, which are based upon experiential, which are based upon interdisciplinary aspect, and which are based upon progressive aspect. So whenever you are thinking of building up a syllabi or whenever you are building of integration, तो NEP को अगर सामने रखते हुए अगर आपने इस चीज को build up करना है, तो आपको ये 5 चीजों का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट ध्यान रखना है. जैसे कि आप प्रोग्रेसिव की बात कर रहे हैं, तो लर्निंग बिल्ड्स ग्रेजुअली इन कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, सिमिलर टू हाउ कोडिंग एजुकेशन स्टार्ट्स विद सिंपल लॉजिक बिफोर एडवांसिंग टू AI एप्लीकेशंस. तो एकदम नहीं, तो बिल्डिंग कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ग्रेजुअली it would be very important. अगर हम interdisciplinary की बात करें, तो knowledge in IKS was never soiled. For instance, Ayurveda always combined biology, chemistry, philosophy, much like modern, जिसे कहते हैं ना, हम आजकल STEM की बात करते हैं, तो STEM integrates करता है subjects को, वैसे ही ये भी integrate कर रहा था subject को. अगर हम subject wise integration की बात करें, तो STEM fields की जैसे integration है, mathematics में Vedic mathematics है, तो Vedic mathematics is very important aspect and it helps in valuable problem solving and algorithm thinking. And physical sciences की अगर हम बात करें, तो physical sciences में हम astronomy की बात करते हैं. ज्योतिषाचार्य जो होते हैं हमारे ancient scholars were able to make very precise calculations and of celestial movements, and we can connect these two traditional methods to modern physics and astrophysics. इसको modern physics या astrophysics से connect कीजिए, and it is a great way to show how ancient astronomical ideas can align things like space technology and mathematical modeling. और जैसे हम chemistry की बात करें, तो in traditional metallurgy gives us wonderful examples of early scientific practices, ancient knowledge of alloys, chemical processes and material properties. आप देखते हैं ना कितने सालों तक मटेरियल खराब ही नहीं होता था, वो उसको सेवर करके रखते थे. And they had this concept of storing things and how they were able to store all these things. So that was a very, very important aspect. अगर आप life sciences की बात करें, in biotechnology and medicine, तो आयुर्वेदा के बड़े powerful connection between traditional wisdom and modern research रह चुका है. For example, age-old remedies can now be validated. काफी सारी जो पुरानी problems हैं उनको validate किया जा रहा है, और आजकल जैसे कि बड़ी strong ailments को भी to get them cured, we are moving towards modern scientific methods, which not only strengthens their credibility but also opens doors for plant-based pharmaceutical research and development. And this is a very important integration, and this can help students grow in a very important and a positive manner. Environmental science की अगर हम बात करें, तो indigenous knowledge offers remarkable lessons in ecological and wisdom of sustainability and traditional water management systems. आप देखिए traditional जो water management systems थे for agricultural practices were designed to conserve resources and to adapt to local conditions. At the same time, biodiversity conservation was also rooted in indigenous practices, shows us how communities have long maintained balance with nature. Something we are trying hard these days, but not able to achieve. जैसे मैं अभी floods की बात कर रहा था, तो हमारे इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन में या हड़प्पन कल्चर में आप देखिएगा कि उस टाइम पे भी उनका ड्रेनेज सिस्टम इतना स्ट्रांग था, इतना पॉजिटिव था, कोई कहने इतना रोबस्ट था, कोई कहने की बात नहीं कि कभी ऐसी कोई चीजों को वो प्रॉपर ड्रेनेज करते थे, प्रॉपर चीजें उनकी बह जाती थी। हमारे तरह नहीं जैसे आजकल ड्रेन्स को तो सब they get choked down even if there is small little rain or something of that sort happens. अगर हम सोशल साइंस एंड ह्यूमैनिटीज की इंटीग्रेशन करें तो फिलॉसफी एंड एथिक्स we find powerful frameworks for critical thinking and ancient traditions like logic with Vedantic reasoning provide structured ways of analyzing problems and making decisions. These can be applied today in building decision-making frameworks based on dharma principles and in ethical reasoning across professional and personal contexts. So this is also a very important aspect. When we look at applied ethics, there is a lot to gain from connecting traditional moral philosophy and modern dilemmas, whether in medicine, business, or technology. And this gives students not just theoretical grounding, but also practical aspects which help them in growing. Moving on to literature and communication studies, languages like Sanskrit and regional tongues have long served as carriers of knowledge. By engaging them with students can strengthen skills in linguistic analysis. We always say that if you are a multilingual and if you can communicate in multiple languages, obviously your thought process is very fast. आपका सोचने समझने की क्षमता बहुत तेज हो जाती है. And being a bilingual is good, but even if being multilingual, if you have 3/4 knowledge of 3/4 languages, obviously your the way you narrate things, the way you built up things, that becomes very important, and the storytelling methods is adopted in a very positive manner. तो multilingual लोग जो होंगे वो ज्यादा शार्प होते हैं और उनका ब्रेन ज्यादा शार्प होता है और वो ज्यादा अच्छी तरह काम करते हैं. आज वो मॉडर्न साइंस भी इस चीज को मान रही है. So that is a very important aspect that we always need to know of. In historical studies, one of the most important approaches is to look at alternative historical perspective. This means by this I mean to say moving beyond colonial narratives and recognizing indigenous ways of recording history, and traditional historical methods like oral chronologicals and local chronicles give us more grounded view. तो ये सारा जैसे कि हमारे obviously पिछले 200-300 सालों में जब भारत अभी आजाद नहीं था, तो 1947 से पहले और 1800s में and 1700s में a lot of our knowledge systems were destroyed, and even prior to that also by the various invaders, a lot of our knowledge systems were destroyed. But the basic aspect was that the whatever was kept alive by the system of narratives. In political science and governance, ancient models of Raj Dharma and statecraft offers insights into governance. And these models show us how earlier administrative systems functioned and how principles of consensus building and community decision making were practiced. Conscious decisions of consensus building and community practices were taken. Decision making were practiced, which we can say were linked with modern public, which we can link with modern public policy. They provide a strong ethical and a participatory foundation for our governance. So this is a very important aspect, and our management studies plays a very important role. Classical text gives us timeless insights into leadership principles. These can be adopted into modern organizational context, helping future leaders balance efficiency. So this is another aspect that we keep looking at, that we keep building, and that we keep talking about. The interdisciplinary integration approach, the cross-cultural cutting themes are also very important. One of the key cross-cutting themes is sustainability, science, traditional ecological knowledge isn't limited to just one discipline, but it stretches across agriculture, engineering, economics, and even philosophy. By weaving it into different fields, we can build more sustainable systems and solutions. If we talk about systems thinking, it's an approach that encourages us to look at the bigger picture rather than isolating small little things and isolating various subjects. Traditional knowledge naturally takes this holistic view and it helps us bridge STEM and the humanities, making education more interconnected and meaningful. And we also have the innovation studies. Often we think of innovation as something new, but many contemporary solutions can actually be built on the foundation of traditional wisdom. काफी सारे ऐसे हम उनके ऊपर भी बिल्डअप कर सकते हैं, whether it is green technologies जैसे कि healthcare or governance. Traditional knowledge offers a pool of tried and tested ideas that can mark the growth of major modern innovations. So that's again a very important aspect. हमारी जो research methodology है, so research on the research side, qualitative research जिसे कहते हैं, benefits from traditional methods of knowledge documentation like oral histories and community records. Participatory research भी है हमारे पास, is another powerful approach where knowledge is generated and communities not just use it, but it is not just about them only, but it is also about, it presents a holistic picture, and this makes the research more authentic and grounded. And then we have the interdisciplinary studies, which help us break down silos by integrating Indian knowledge system, IKS. We can create a connected, holistic framework where insights from one field can easily inform another in a very positive and in a progressive manner. तो इस सारे की जो मैं IKS और NEP 2020 की where I was talking about and where I was trying to build up, we have broken it down into a couple of phases. And the first phase is practical implementation of the phase one, or जिसे हम foundation building भी कहा जा सकता है. Initiatives like faculty training and curriculum mapping can set the stage. For example, hosting orientation workshops. तो आप सब टीचर्स के लिए जो सोचते हैं कि फेज वन में आपकी फाउंडेशन जब बिल्ड करनी चाहिए, तो फैकल्टी ओरिएंटेशन एंड ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स could be done, and we could look for innovation. Our students blending old wisdom with new, ये सारा चीजें देखी जा सकती हैं, and we can build it up in the first couple of years when we are trying to make you accustomed to this particular system. When we talk about practical implementation, that is phase 2. As we progress, IKS can become mandatory. जैसे NEP 2020 अभी चल रहा है, तो ये phase 1 में ही अपने आप को मानते हैं. But as we progress, we can make IKS can become mandatory in course offerings. Interdisciplinary projects such as blending Ayurveda and biomedical engineering can be introduced. Establishing research centers and partnering with communities ensures quality and authenticity. Success is measured through standardized assessments and expert recommendations. So ये हम next 3-4 साल में कर सकते हैं. Next phase, where this phase in some places are already started, where we are integrating things, and then the phase 3 could be full integration, that is from years 8 to 10. The final stage is comprehensive. IKS can be woven throughout the curriculum. पूरे curriculum के throughout इसको include किया जा सकता है with advanced research, international collaborations, and ongoing policy enhancements. Sustainability is key. Obviously, we keep talking about this thing, and building institutional capacity and securing long-term funding mechanisms ensures that integration continues beyond initial efforts. So, what could be the pedagogical approaches which can help us engage with IKS and help us in growth of IKS? सो इसमें तीन बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं जो हम पहले देखते हैं, दैट इज नरेटिव लर्निंग, experiential IKS workshops and project-based IKS applications. So जब हम narrative learning की बात करें, this could leverage from Indian stories and literature such as Panchtatra tales to immerse students in ethical reasoning and cultural values, making learning both meaningful and I'll say and contextually rich. Then we could come to experiential workshops, bringing IKS practices to life through hands-on activities like yoga sessions or introductory Ayurveda preparations, uh, allowing students to directly experience traditional wisdom and develop skills. And third could be the project-based applications, which encourages real world problem solving, such as designing a sustainable water system inspired by ancient techniques, fostering both innovation and critical thinking. These methods will not only highlight the enduring relevance of IKS, but also ensure that students develop adaptable, forward-looking competencies for contemporary challenges. And if I talk about technology integration with IKS, obviously there's a lot of thoughts that go into this, and lot of things could be done vis-a-vis the technology integration is concerned, and it needs to be done. First of all, or the most important could be digital preservation and dissemination. तो हमारी जो डिजिटल प्रिजर्वेशन है इसका बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट हो सकता है. Technology will actually make this Indian knowledge system more accessible than ever. And जहाँ पे कि आप सोच समझिए कि एंशियंट टेक्स्ट जो हैं वो अगर ऑनलाइन रिपोजिटरीज में अवेलेबल होंगे और हम वर्चुअली एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं उन हिस्टोरिकल साइट्स को और उन एंशियंट टेक्स्ट को पढ़ सकते हैं फ्रॉम एनीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड, तो इससे हमारी कितनी नॉलेज बढ़ेगी, कितना कुछ हम समझ पाएंगे. इस टाइम पे हम देख रहे हैं स्वयं पोर्टल के साथ इसकी इंटीग्रेशन हुई है, and there are 100+ online IKS courses available offering flexible options for education. But ये आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बढ़ता ही जाएगा, and this will keep growing over a period of time. So assessment and evaluation framework. Now हम इसमें we come back to the fact that how do we look at IKS and how do we measure IKS if once we are looking at integrating and building it up. So the first is, and if we look at the assessment dimensions, we look at knowledge acquisition, we look at skill application, we look at value integration, and we look at innovation capacity. So pehle we try to check if students truly understand important traditional concepts like foundational philosophies or practices. फिर हम उसके बाद देखने की कोशिश करते हैं कि how far they are able to apply these skills. So can they actually use yoga or traditional problem solving method in practical scenarios? For example, किसी को अगर बहुत सारी माइग्रेन हो रही है तो किस तरह से योगा का इस्तेमाल करके उस माइग्रेन का ख्याल देखभाल की जा सकती है. किसी की सिवियर बैक पेन है तो किस तरह से योगा का इस्तेमाल करके उसको हम उसका ख्याल रख सकते हैं. So another aspect is value integration, where we see if students are growing ethically and spiritually, bringing principles like compassion and honesty into their discussions. तो ये एक बड़ा important aspect हो सकता है. Finally, we look at जब हम evaluation कर रहे हैं तो we look for innovation. Are students blending old wisdom with new technology or ideas to create something fresh and relevant? Altogether, this framework helps us to ensure that the education is not only comprehensive but also meaningful and transformative for today's world. तो ये बड़ा important एक चीज हो जाती है जिसे हमें देखने की जरूरत है. तो इसमें अगर हम फैकल्टी की बात करें, we come to faculty development strategies. How can we build your building IKS competencies? So developing faculty competencies for Indian knowledge system is very important and starts with deep dive into the content into the content building and into the content itself. And educators need to thoroughly understand IKS domains to pass on authentic knowledge. But it is not just about content. Effective teaching can also depend upon what you're blending traditional techniques जैसे कि मैं मेंटरशिप की बात कर रहा था, with modern interactive methods, and you also need to know कि ट्रेनिंग कंपोनेंट्स में कंटेंट नॉलेज, पेडागोगिकल स्किल्स क्या यूज हो रहे हैं, रिसर्च कैपेबिलिटीज क्या हो रही हैं, और कल्चरल सेंसिटिविटी क्या हो रही है. हैव आई बीन एबल टू मेक माई सेल्फ क्लियर एट अप टू दिस मोमेंट? किसी को
जी
कुछ
सर.
Yes,
डाउट
sir.
या किसी को कुछ, बिकॉज ये ऐसे लग रहा है मैं एक ब्लैंक स्क्रीन के सामने बोलता जा रहा हूँ.
नहीं
सो
सर,
दैट
हम
इज
देख रहे हैं आपका प्रेजेंटेशन. इट्स वेरी इंफॉर्मेटिव. You have actually given how course
हाँ, मैं
curriculum and academics and IKS can be blended.
बिल्कुल मैं उसी पे कंसंट्रेट कर रहा हूँ. एक्चुअली व्हाट इज देयर, वट एवर आई एम स्पीकिंग, एक्चुअली द प्रेजेंटेशन दैट इज देयर, मैं उससे थोड़ा हटके बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, ताकि जो प्रेजेंटेशन में तो आपको दिखाई दे ही रहा है कि क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा, बट अगर मैं थोड़ा हटके आपको अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस भी शेयर कर सकता हूँ, तो वो एक थोड़ा पॉजिटिव सिनेरियो जैसा लगता है, एक पॉजिटिविटी जैसी लगती है. तो मैं इसको
जी
कंटेंट
सर,
को,
जी
जो
सर.
प्रेजेंटेशन का होता है, इसको ज्यादातर रीड नहीं करता मैं, और सेम चीज नहीं करता हूँ. मेरा मन होता है कि आप इसको थोड़ा सा देख लीजिए. जस्ट गिव मी 1 सेकेंड.
Ashok Ambore sir, could you please off your mute yourself?
हेलो सर, आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है. हेलो.
हाँ गौरव.
हाँ मैम, सरांचा आवाज येत नाही.
सर, एक मिनट, I'll call him.
I needed a glass of water, so I just went back.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no issue sir. No issue sir.
ओके ओके. तो साथ में यूनिवर्सिटी वाले फोन कर रहे थे, शायद मेरी गाड़ी गलत पार्क हुई हुई है. So somebody, it was obstructing, so I just asked somebody to change. ओके. सो सो दैट, ये बेसिकली मैं जो मेरी प्रेजेंटेशंस में होता है वो थोड़ा सा अलग होता है, और जो मैं कंटेंट बता रहा हूँ वो अलग चीज से बता रहा हूँ, सो दैट 2-3 तरह से आप लोगों को समझ आए चीज. सिर्फ कंटेंट की ही नहीं, इसी की बात नहीं हम करते हैं. ओके. So resource development and management, if we keep talking about, so creating authentic learning processes for IKS means going beyond textbooks, जिसमें हम बात करते हैं कि we should focus on, thank you Bharti, we should focus on दरवाजा बंद कर देना. We focus on translating and interpreting primary sources, building multimedia materials, and designing things in such a way that we have interactive modules, and we start working and start looking at those interactive modules, and we see to it that these interactive modules actually, learning modules, give a chance of understanding to the faculty as well as to the students. और असेसमेंट टूल्स एंड रूब्रिक्स एक इससे भी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज हो जाती है, क्योंकि if we have assessment tools and rubrics well placed and in a proper manner, then we are able to understand what is the actually the usefulness of our resource development and management, or uske continuously, if we keep to maintain quality, everything undergoes expert validation, peer review, welcome student feedback. तो ये सारी चीजों का इंक्लूजन होना एक बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट हो जाता है. So community engagement models, if we the community engagement models really brings IKS alive. जो बेसिक हम ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज सिस्टम की इम्प्लीमेंटेशन की बात कर रहे हैं और उसको बिल्टअप करने की बात कर रहे हैं, तो कम्युनिटी engagement really brings IKS alive by partnering with traditional knowledge keepers and organizing community-based learning and cultural immersion programs. Students can benefit from intergenerational knowledge sharing. These collaborations will actually enrich classroom learning with real world experiences, supporting cultural preservations and mutual growth for students and communities alike. So that is a very, very important aspect. There will be a mutual knowledge enhancement going on. It is just not for the teachers or the students, but it will be for the whole of the community, that it will be benefiting and going on. So ये IKS का learning space design है, जो कि which I was going through online and I was trying to find out. So how should we go for designing the IKS learning space design? We could always look at designing spaces for IKS learning is about much more than 4 walls. So एक classroom की बात नहीं होती है जब हम IKS की बात करते हैं, तो हम बात कर रहे हैं much more than 4 walls. Imagine campuses, आप सोचिए campuses with meditation halls for mindfulness, craft workshops for skill building, herbal gardens for hands-on learning, digital libraries to access ancient wisdom. तो देखिए क्राफ्ट वर्कशॉप्स की बात कर रहा हूँ एक साइड में, एक साइड डिजिटल लाइब्रेरीज टू एक्सेस एंशिएंट विजडम्स. सो आप बात करिए, सोचिए कि we are in a way integrating both the things, and community pavilions that foster interactions. So community के लोग आएंगे जो अपनी problems बताएंगे, students फिर उन्हीं problems के बारे में अपने teachers के साथ classroom में discuss करें, and maybe there are results coming out. Using sacred geometry or architecture and layout adds a deeper sense of connection over here and harmony, creating environments that encourage both personal and collective growth. तो आप ये देखिए, creating authentic learning environment. तो टेक्निकली अगर आप इसको बिल्डअप करने की कोशिश करें तो एक बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज बिल्डअप हो सकती है आपकी. Research and innovation opportunities are there. There are enormous opportunities. Studying traditional medicine for modern validation, applying ancient mathematical algorithms in new technologies, and developing sustainable innovations inspired by age-old practices. Cultural preservation methodologies open new doors for interdisciplinary work, and with the patent development and international collaborations and fresh application for ancient principles, researchers can actually drive innovative solutions that honor the past while advancing into the future. So you look at it, that how they can work it out. So, but everything is not very hunky dory, and everything does not move in a very, very positive manner. There are various challenges in IKS integration. Indian knowledge system faces several challenges on the journey to integration. हमारी ये फॉर एग्जांपल colonial legacy जो हमारी है, western centric educational paradigms, which means curricula and mindset still favor western models, making it tough to shift to indigenous practices. Limiting funding, हमारी funding limited funding results in resource constraints. Schools struggle to afford authentic materials or specialist faculty, and this impacts the depth and reach of IKS initiative. Faculty preparedness is another core issue. Teachers might not have the enough specialized knowledge in traditional domains to confidently teach or innovate. Quality concerns आ जाते हैं हमारे in many institutions. These concerns arise, and there should be a balance between rigorous academic standards with maintaining IKS authenticity. And lastly, there's a significant resistance to change, with some schools reluctant to move away from established systems. So this is a very important aspect. Overcoming these barriers calls for systematic planning, strong training programs, strong training programs, and then we can also refer towards active management with all from administration to community experts to build sustained momentum and acceptance. So ये बड़ा important aspect बन जाता है. So quality assurance in IKS education is again very important. Maintaining academic standards is an important and a very imperative aspect. And for quality assurance is all about making sure learning is meaningful and credible. तो जैसे कि बात कर रहे हैं authenticity की, तो authenticity ensures the faithful transmission of knowledge. For instance, using verified translations from ancient scripts rather than adaptations. अब जैसे अभी हम कई बार देखते हैं ना, हम गूगल स्कॉलर को यूज कर रहे हैं या गूगल को यूज करके हम ट्रांसलेट करने की कोशिश करते हैं, तो एक बड़ी दिक्कत आ जाती है. और मैं इसमें आपको भी एक बड़ा मजेदार एग्जांपल बताता हूँ. हमारे पंजाब, अगर आप में से कोई पंजाब में से है तो आप देखिएगा, पंजाब की 9th स्टैंडर्ड की टेक्स्ट बुक जो है कंप्यूटर्स की, उसमें अब कंप्यूटर्स में एक बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड है और एक बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट इंस्ट्रूमेंट है जिसे कहा जाता है माउस. सो माउस इज एक्चुअली यूज्ड फॉर changing things or moving the cursor on your screen. So mouse, and they were adapting mouse in their books, and mouse का उन्होंने interpretation क्या लिख दिया, चूहा. So in computers book, they have written in a computers 9th class textbook of Punjab board, they have written mouse की interpretation as चूहा. So जब वो कंप्यूटर की किताब में पढ़ाते हैं तो क्या है, चूहे का इस्तेमाल कीजिए, माउस का इस्तेमाल कीजिएगा, चूहे का इस्तेमाल करो. So the fact is that this is very cheap adaptation. This is very cheap adaptation जहाँ पे आप translation without mind use करते हैं. So quality assurance is a very important aspect so that authenticity, accuracy, relevance and effectiveness can be maintained. And how do we validate? We use expert panel reviews, student learning assessments, external evaluation mechanisms, continuous improvement cycles are used, processes such as expert panels, and all these are being brought up to maintain high standards. So international perspectives and collaborations is again a very important aspect. International trends are, for example, internationally IKS is gaining respect with bodies like UNESCO, spotlighting India's intangible heritage, WHO drawing on traditional medicine for global health solutions. आज जो जैसे कि हम योगा डे की बात करते हैं तो पूरी सिर्फ भारतवर्ष ही नहीं, पूरी दुनिया योगा डे को मना रही है. Universities worldwide are engaged in collaborative research, helping Indian institutions to develop and share their expertise. Students benefit hugely from exchange programs. Imagine learning Sanskrit in Germany. अभी पीछे एक बहुत बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट एडवर्टीजमेंट आई थी कि जर्मनी नीडेड मोर देन 500 संस्कृत टीचर्स. इतनी ज्यादा डिमांड हो गई हुई है संस्कृत की जर्मनी में. दे नीडेड मोर देन 500 संस्कृत टीचर्स in Germany. Or Ayurveda in Japan, there's a lot of demand for that. Knowledge sharing platforms and conference build a network of IKS scholars, opening doors to joint research and recognition of Indian standards. Sustainability and long-term vision इसका होना चाहिए. We should build up a sustainable long-term vision for this, and this is an important aspect which we keep talking about. Sustain. एक मिनट मेरे को दीजिएगा. There's a important point. I'm extremely sorry. वो क्या कहते हैं ना, today is a working day, so my registrar was calling me up, so he needed some information from me. तो ये
No issues, sir. Please continue.
वर्किंग डे को वर्किंग टाइम में लेक्चर का थोड़ा सा ये डिसएडवांटेज रहता है. यू कैनॉट इग्नोर योर यूनिवर्सिटी आल्सो. Don't worry, we'll finish properly. Okay, so I was talking about the long-term vision of sustainability and long-term vision, and we were looking at the sustainable strategies and seeing how it can be taken care of and how it can build up. So sustainability and long-term vision actually are the backbone of lasting change. Strategies include weaving IKS into school policies and securing dedicated funding, whether through governmental grants or private sector innovation. अब इसको देखना जरूरी है कि financial resource mobilization कैसे हो सकती है. Capacity building programs like ongoing teacher trainings, empowering educators and policy makers alike with stakeholder commitment must be cultivated so that effort isn't short-lived. Looking ahead, the aim should be actually to create an education system where IKS stands side by side with modern approaches, positioning India as leading innovator in cultural preservation and economic development. ये बड़ा important है. This means not just preserving tradition, but making it globally relevant, making it very, very globally relevant and future ready with continued investment in research, creativity and एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. सो ये बड़ा एक इंपॉर्टेंट सिस्टम है. जैसे कि आज मैं एक छोटा सा बीज ही बो रहा हूँ आपके माइंड में. काफी लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा, काफी लोग इसमें हैं, पर कई लोगों ने नहीं भी पढ़ा होगा. तो आपके मन में एक बीज बो रहा हूँ सो दैट दिस यू टेक इट फॉरवर्ड. और इसमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो भारत की देन और हमारे इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम की देन हो सकती है, दैट इज हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस इंटीग्रेशन. इंटीग्रेटिंग हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस थ्रू IKS मीन्स गिविंग स्टूडेंट्स tools for lifelong well-being, not just physical fitness. योगा सिर्फ फिजिकल फिटनेस नहीं है. योगा बिल्ड स्ट्रेंथ एंड फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, बट इट आल्सो हमारी जो मेडिटेशन है, meditation helps manage stress and boost focus, making it easier for students to concentrate and recover from pressure. Ayurveda emphasizes preventive care, simple lifestyle tips like regular routines or using natural remedies. Pranayama teaches breathing techniques to improve attention and calm the mind, while mindfulness supports being present during learning and daily tasks. With these practices, schools can report lower stress, improved emotional balance, greater learning capacity. Students aren't just mesmerizing facts. They are becoming resilient, healthier individuals ready for challenges. So that is a very important aspect that we keep looking at. Environmental education through IKS, traditional ecological wisdoms can be built up. Environmental education through IKS gets students thinking about sustainability at a very, very early level. And the Panch Mahubhuta, the 5 elements, gives holistic model for understanding ecological systems. And we understand various traditional methods for plant medicine, agriculture, letting students see how ancient wisdom supports biodiversity, studying old water management systems like step wells कैसे चलते थे, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग जो कि हड़प्पन civilization के टाइम या इंडस वैली civilization के टाइम होती थी, encourages modern conservation. Here students can learn about traditional practices for protecting flora and fauna and simple minimalistic lifestyles. It connects from personally to global environment issues and would empower them to be sustainability leaders in their own communities. So that's an important aspect. Leadership development through IKS, traditional leadership models जो आपके हैं या जो model applications हैं, it draws from deep time-tested principles. Leadership development is actually being drawn from, you can see, from deep time-tested principles, and these models like dharmic leadership stresses ethical and fair governance. Seva Bhav is also about leading with service, a principle important for both schools and businesses. The Raja Rishi concept merges wisdom and authority, promoting the idea that great leaders are also philosophers and learners. Collective decision making inspired by village councils and panchayatas brings inclusiveness to group processes. So these traditional methods now can help shape modern applications from corporate governance, educational leadership, development to ethical frameworks for community organizing, showing how ancient wisdom remains relevant in today's fast-pacing changing the world. So it's an important aspect. Innovation and entrepreneurship. क्या आपके पास innovation opportunities है? क्या skill development है? Innovation and entrepreneurship thrive when tradition meets creativity. जब tradition और creativity मिलते हैं, it will actually grow. There are huge opportunities using Ayurvedic formulations in new medicines. आजकल काफी सारी कंपनी कर रही है इस चीज को, and adapting sustainable technologies from ancient craft and engineering, or bringing craft traditions into modern design work. Even agricultural innovations such as organic farming or mixed crop systems inspired by age-old practices are making waves in green businesses. Students learn creative problem solving, understanding cultural markets, and develop sustainable business strategies, all while cultivating mindset, innovation mindset rooted in their heritage. This blend can help Indian entrepreneurs and inventors stand out globally, proving that traditions can fuel future breakthroughs in a very positive and a progressive manner. But having assessment methodologies is an important aspect. Assessing IKS learning outcomes goes far beyond standard exams. It's about demonstrating real skills and knowledge. So that is important. Competency-based assessment should be there. Portfolio assessment should be there. Peer and self-assessment, मतलब कि आपके जो साथी हैं वो आपकी assessment करेंगे, आप self अपनी खुद assessment करेंगे, और जो community के leaders हैं, help, even the community can be involved, and the real evaluations like presenting IKS-based solutions to local issues, making assessment both rigorous and meaningful. तो इससे आपकी और ज्यादा अच्छी assessment system बन सकते हैं. Professional development के जो pathways हैं आपके, these can be inspired by IKS, open up exciting careers that go well beyond traditional teaching roles. Students and educators are given opportunities as IKS research specialists, traditional knowledge consultants, or experts preserving cultural heritage, integrative curriculum designers, and wellness practitioners, जो कि आजकल are in huge demand in the world. They can use traditional wisdoms to address current challenges in education and health. So these can blend heritage with innovation, promising deeply rewarding work and global relevance for those who master IKS competencies. Institutional support system is a very important aspect, और इसका होना बड़ा जरूरी होता है to enable all. जितना मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, to enable all these institutions must build solid support system. Dedicated IKS centers आपके बनने चाहिए, drive research and teaching, while libraries will help in preserving essential texts and resources for learning. Networks of traditional knowledge holders act as invaluable mentors and validators, lending expertise and authenticity to programs. Securing government and private funding keeps initiatives sustainable and impactful, and global partnership open doors for collaborative projects which can boost recognition and access worldwide. तो ये एक बड़ा important institutional support system होना बड़ा जरूरी है. क्या आपके future directions and trends हो सकते हैं? For all of you, you can look at looking to the future. IKS can connect tradition with cutting edge opportunities. AI is transforming the preservation of ancient knowledge. तो उसको इस्तेमाल किया जा सकता है. Biotechnology applications can be used to harness the power of traditional medicine and modern healthcare. तो इस बारे में देखा जा सकता है. Developments in sustainable technology. तो ये सारी culture, tourism and heritage industries. हमारा culture tourism एक बड़ा important aspect है, which actually helps in economic independence, and a lot of countries are totally dependent upon tourism. For example, Sri Lanka, Greece, they are dependent upon this, and using their culture to market themselves is a very important aspect which can help them grow. अगर आप hands-on experiences कराना चाहते हैं, practical workshops और activities करवाना चाहते हैं, तो hands-on implementation exercises is a very important aspect, and it also forms the backbone of effective IKS implementation, bringing hands-on curriculum mapping on board, lesson planning and assessment design, so that participants can translate theory into practice. These workshops actually emphasize or enhance the community engagement. For example, collaborating with local artisans for resource development or designing and building all these things. तो ये सारी चीजों को build up करके एक अच्छा system आप build up कर सकते हैं. So best practices and recommendations की अगर मैं बात करूं, तो मैं आप लोगों के लिए यही कहूंगा, start with pilot programs and scale gradually. if you are thinking of doing it in your universities or in your colleges, engage traditional knowledge holders as partners, and ensure there is authenticity within their work, within whatever is being taught about. क्योंकि आजकल authenticity is a very, having authentic material, having authentic information is a very important aspect, and it is imperative that this thing should be taken care of, and this thing so that is a very important aspect, and which could actually help, which could actually derail whole of this process. If authenticity is not taken into account and authentic materials are not there, the पूरा जो ये IKS का integration है, इसका process derail हो सकता है. So develop standardized IKS curriculum frameworks, establish quality assurance mechanisms, and build your models in such a way that they are sustainable. बार-बार हम इस चीज की बात करते हैं और हमेशा तो इसके बारे में ध्यान रखना चाहिए. और इसकी पॉलिसी इंप्लीकेशंस क्या हो सकती है. फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म चेंज पॉलिसी मैटर्स, और एक पॉलिसी बिल्डअप होनी चाहिए. इफेक्टिव आईकेएस इंटीग्रेशन नीड्स इंस्टीट्यूशनल मैंडेट्स and reliable funding allocations should be there, and these funding allocations should be taken care, should be brought into practice, and incentives to the faculty to grow, to build it up, to have it in place should be there, and incentives should be given to faculty to innovate and participate. So quality assurance frameworks uphold high standards while international collaboration expands opportunity. Advocacy should focus on stakeholder consensus building and evidence-based recommendation, using success stories to inspire support from political and administrative leaders. A collective push for lasting improvement is also very important. रिसोर्स मोबिलाइजेशन स्ट्रेटजीज हैं कुछ जो मैंने सोचा कि आप लोगों को पता होनी चाहिए. फंडिंग सोर्सेज, गवर्नमेंट, आईसीसीआर, आईसीसीआर, आईसीएसएसआर, आईसीएचआर, ये काफी अच्छा काम करते हैं इसके रिलेटेड, और उनके बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं. और आजकल एएनआरएफ आ गया है. एएनआरएफ को देखिए. So try to see to it that what government educational grants could be taken up. सीएसआर के अंडर मैंडेटरी है कंपनीज को इन्वेस्ट करना, तो सीएसआर को एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश कीजिए. एंड रिसोर्स ऑप्टिमाइजेशन कैन बी अचीव्ड बाय शेयरिंग मटेरियल्स अक्रॉस इंस्टीट्यूशंस एंड हार्नेसिंग टेक्नोलॉजी टू कट कॉस्ट. एंगेजिंग वॉलंटियर्स का होना बड़ा जरूरी है फ्रॉम द कम्युनिटी. नॉट ओनली सेव्स मनी but builds ownership and shared commitment, and helping IKS programs become more resilient and adaptable over a period of time. So that is again a very important aspect we looking at and keep taking into account. Network building and collaboration is another aspect which I would suggest for all of you teachers. Look at network building, build strong networks and collaboration for which would be essential for enriching Indian knowledge systems in education. Have faculty exchange and student mobility programs. Encourage people to share expertise and experience across institutions, and knowledge sharing should always be there. Encourage knowledge sharing, peer review for quality enhancement, joint innovation for benefits, which involves can be involved. Collaboration truly actually multiplies impact. More ideas and more resources and better solutions for everybody is there. So we come to call to action. What we want you all to do: develop personal IKS knowledge and competencies. अपने आप की knowledge build up करने की कोशिश करिए. तो जब भी आगे बढ़ना है, first of all, when it comes to moving forward, individual commitment matters a lot. Each educator or student can contribute by developing their own personal IKS expertise, weaving traditional elements into traditional daily lessons, joining professional development initiatives, helping build new learning resources, advocating for institutional policies. अगर आप institutional leaders हैं तो उसमें आप बात करिए. IKS isn't just an idea but can become a part for real practice and progress across campuses and regions. तो इसको build up करने की पूरी कोशिश कीजिए. Collective responsibilities हम सबकी हैं. सपोर्ट करिए फैकल्टी कम्युनिटीज को जिनको आगे कर रहे हैं. शेयर बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस एंड लेसन्स लर्न, कोलैबोरेट इन रिसर्च एंड डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, engage with the people in such a manner that all knowledge holders come on board. Engage with traditional knowledge holders, try to bring everybody on board, create student centric learning experiences. तो ये सारी कुछ collective responsibilities हैं जिनको रखना और जिनको सामने रखना बड़ा important है. तो ये कुछ की टेक टेकअवेज थे जो मैंने सोचा कि शायद आपको कुछ समझ आया होगा मेरी इस डिस्कशन से कि आईकेएस की इंटीग्रेशन कल्चरली इसेंशियल है बट एजुकेशनली बहुत सारी ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव है. सो इट इज एसेंशियल, हमारे कल्चर को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए तो एसेंशियल है ही है, बट इट इज एजुकेशनली very very transformative. And but the fact is that careful planning and sustained commitment is required to build it up. And faculty development, अगर हम अपनी फैकल्टी को ट्रेन नहीं करेंगे तो सबसे पहले हमारी यही कोशिश रहती है सारे एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स को बोलने की कि फैकल्टी की डेवलपमेंट इंपॉर्टेंट है एंड दिस विल बी क्रिटिकल फॉर सक्सेसफुल इंटीग्रेशन एंड ऑथेंटिसिटी. जैसे मैं बार बार कह रहा था, authentic material होना चाहिए and accessibility is very crucial and community की participation होना बहुत जरूरी है. If we are looking at community participation and if we are looking at enhancing the learning effectiveness, this community participation is very important and it should be built up or it should be brought up as part of this aspect. Thank you. Thanks a lot. मैडम पूरे 2 बजे मैंने खत्म कर दिया.
आपने बहुत डॉट टाइम पे खत्म किया सर.
मैंने
धन्यवाद सर. थैंक यू सो मच.
मैंने अपनी
वी आर वेरी हैप्पी
टाइमलाइन
टू
बची
हैव यू.
और ये
आपने
मेरे
सारा
सारे
कुछ
सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं. आप लोग मेरे साथ अगर कोई कनेक्ट करना चाहे तो लिंक्डइन पे, ब्लॉग स्पॉट पे भी मैं डालता रहता हूँ चीजें, और आप फेसबुक या कहीं ट्विटर, स्काइप किसी तरह भी मेरे साथ कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. एंड यू कैन ऑलवेज, और यू कैन व्हाट्सएप मी, मेरा नंबर, फोन नंबर वहां दिया गया है. जी मैम.
यस सर. थैंक यू सो मच सर. आपने पूरा IKS एंड एजुकेशन लैंडस्केप, हाउ इट हैज टू बी डन, द बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस, recommendation and the workshops, IKS, it was your lecture was something very very new for at least me and I hope the participants as well. और आपने it was very to the point. Instead of moving round and round, you have directly given the suggestions for how IKS can be implemented in course curriculum development.
जी जी.
So thanks a lot. So if we have any questions, we will take 1 or 2 questions.
हाँ क्यों नहीं.
Participants, sir, if you don't mind, can you please off your
Okay,
video?
I'll stop
आप
sharing.
sharing
I'll
बंद कर
stop
दीजिए.
sharing. I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, Dr.
Hello,
Ganku,
good afternoon,
please.
sir.
जी जी, good afternoon. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Actually, what you said, absolutely right, sir. But my question is that how can these youth organizations as well as students clubs contribute to the IKS, sir? Because nowadays, you know that even though government they introduced NEP, they simply we can say they adapted old method. They are not, adopting a new methodology because all these things what they implemented, everything. If you go back 30 years, 40 years ago, and same universities they adapted like art students can study science students can adopt the engineering, all these specializations I know we observed in those days. But what I want to say nowadays, like how can these youth organizations as well as students clubs contribute to the IKS, sir?
देखिए, I'll tell you the last part I was trying to talk about in call to action, where I was trying to tell you, very important, it's for all students and teachers especially, develop personal IKS expertise. Simple सा है. If you're from history, if you're from biology, if you're from pharmaceutical chemistry, if you are from biotechnology, see or try to read basic things in your IKS. Indian knowledge system management के बारे में क्या कहता है? Indian knowledge system tourism के बारे में क्या कहता है? Indian knowledge system cultural integration into tourism. देखिए हमारे देश का इतना विकसित ट्रेड क्यों था? Why did we have so much trade and why did we have so much economic independence? उसको छोड़िए. सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज, अभी कोरोना हुआ, पूरी दुनिया की इकोनॉमी गिर गई. Tourism was from zero, but tourism was the fastest growing sector once it came back. It was the first to bounce back. And what happened? Most of the economies which were tourism centric survived, and especially which had domestic tourism. So अपने ही देश में अगर लोग भ्रमण करेंगे, इधर से जाके उधर खर्चा करेंगे, तो कितना ज्यादा ट्रेड बढ़ जाएगा. So the basic aspect is जो Indian knowledge system आपके विषय के बारे में बात करता है, anything what it talks about your stream, whether it is tourism, whether it is management. मैं tourism का example और management का इसलिए दे रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैं उस फील्ड से हूँ, माधुरी जी भी उसी फील्ड से हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कुछ लोग टूरिज्म के भी होंगे। पर बायोटेक्नोलॉजी तो बेसिक चीजें अपनी फील्ड की पढ़ने शुरू की। We always expect others to do. We always expect funding. We always expect government. We always but जब आप बेसिक खुद पढ़ना शुरू करेंगे अपने सिस्टम का, आपके बच्चों में जागरूकता आएगी। और बच्चों को भी यही करिए कि आईकेएस की पर्सनल आईकेएस एक्सपर्टाइज, पर्सनलाइज्ड आईकेएस एक्सपर्टाइज बिल्डअप। मैं तो इतना ही कहूंगा कि अपने इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम के जो 4 शब्द मेरी मैनेजमेंट फील्ड के बारे में है, मैं उनको पढ़ने की कोशिश करूंगा। रोज के रोज 4 शब्द पढ़ के अपने बच्चों, अपने स्टूडेंट्स को भी यही बोलूंगा, पर्सनलाइज्ड आईकेएस एक्सपर्टाइज। सो दिस इज हाउ यू कैन स्टार्ट कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टुवर्ड्स दिस। एंड ऑब्वियसली गवर्नमेंट्स, इंस्टीट्यूशंस, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स एक फ्रेमवर्क दे सकते हैं, पर जब तक वो जनता की मुहिम नहीं बनती, आम लोगों की मुहिम नहीं बनती, टिल द टाइम वी एज इंडिविजुअल्स डोंट मेक इट पार्ट ऑफ इट। कम्युनिटी, मैं बार बार कम्युनिटी की बात कर रहा था, एथेंटिसिटी की बात कर रहा था। व्हाई वाज आई रिफ्लेक्ट? टिल द टाइम कम्युनिटी डज नॉट अडॉप्ट इट, इसका कुछ नहीं हो सकता। समझे ना? यस, एनीबडी एल्स?
Hello, sir.
जी,
You was talking about the funding which will be
देवीदास भगत।
Hello, I'm audible.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ, आई कैन हियर यू देवीदास जी, डॉक्टर देवीदास जी।
You was talking about the funding. So funding is obtained from the CSR from the different companies. So how so there is any protocol or process to obtain the funding from industry?
आई डिडंट गेट योर क्वेश्चन। क्या क्वेश्चन था आपका यार? समझ नहीं आया मुझे।
Funding.
सर ये
Hello.
हाँ, क्या
हाँ
बोलना
सर,
चाहते?
प्लीज प्लीज।
Obtain funding from industry through CSR. So there is any specific procedure to for funding?
I was talking about funding and I told you there are many organizations. आजकल एक नया पोर्टल खुला है, ANR है, पता नहीं आप लोगों ने देखा या नहीं देखा, आप देखिए। उसके ऊपर इतने प्रोजेक्ट्स आज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया दे रही है, करोड़ों रुपए के, 5 करोड़ के प्रोजेक्ट्स है। ICSSR, ICCR, ICHR, आप कर रहे हैं CSR की बात। तो CSR सबसे बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होती है कि आपकी लाइजनिंग किसके साथ हो रही है, किन इंस्टीट्यूशंस के साथ आपकी लाइजनिंग हो रही है। तो आप उनको अप्रोच कीजिए विद इन योर डोमेन। आपका, मुझे ये नहीं पता आप कहाँ से हैं, बट जहाँ पे भी आप हैं वहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होगी, बिग कंपनीज। आजकल देखिए हम हमारे हिंदुस्तान में अभी ये चीज पिकअप नहीं कर रही है। इन इंडिया दिस इज नॉट पिकिंग अप, बट इन यूएस यू लुक एट एनी यूनिवर्सिटी यू गो, एक्स बिल्डिंग फंडेड बाय दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, मैनेजमेंट का ब्लॉक बिल एंड मिलिंडा गेट्स फाउंडेशन ने बनाया है, बायोटेक्नोलॉजी का ब्लॉक कैडिला ने बनाया है, उसका ब्लॉक। हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी में ये चीजें बिल्डअप नहीं हो रही। व्हेन आई वाज द चेयरमैन ऑफ द बोर्ड, हमारा कोई 1000 ऑफ करोड़ का कॉर्पस था, तो मैंने जिन बैंक्स के पास था, अप्रोच द बैंक, मैंने हर बैंक को बोला मेरे को 1-1, 2-2 करोड़ CSR में दीजिए, और मेरे यहाँ पे ये स्टूडेंट्स के लिए ये चीज बिल्डअप करी, ये करी, और उन्होंने सबने आके बिल्डअप कर दी। तो दैट इज समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट। और उन्होंने अपने वहां पे प्रपोजल्स ले लिए हमसे, और उन्होंने उनको स्टार्ट कर दिया उन प्रोसेसेस को। सो द फैक्ट इज दैट this CSR funding is actually the nature of which has to be approached by the administrators.
Okay, thank you, sir.
जी,
If we don't have any questions, can we go for the vote of thanks? Participants?
Yes, ma'am. Can I go? Can I go, ma'am? This is Gangu. Can I go?
I think somebody
Ma'am,
might
this
be
is
appointed.
Gangu.
Okay, please go ahead.
A very good afternoon, everyone. And we know that before ending the program, we should thank each and every person who supported to us, and as well as the person who washed our brain, as well as throw some seeds into our brain. Okay, on behalf of our participants, I feel honored and privileged to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed resource person, as well as for delivering such a insightful and thought-provoking lecture today. Sir, your talk has not only enriched our knowledge, but also opened new perspectives, and as well as inspired us to think behind conventional approaches. The clarity of your ideas, the depth of your expertise, the relevance of your experience, examples made this session both informative and engaging. Thank you so much, sir. We need you again because it is a very grateful lecture, very insightful. And thank you once again, sir. And thank you, Madhuri ma'am. You know that from the day one, and you are contributing towards the all these activities. And special thanks to you because every minute, if there any mistake, and immediately you are responding and you are listening all the lectures. Thank you so much, ma'am.
थैंक यू गांगू सर और परीक्षित सर, और एक बार हम आपको धन्यवाद करना चाहते हैं एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कमिंग एट दिस फोरम.
Thank you for having me. Namaskar. Good luck to all of you. Take
Thank
care.
you, sir. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू,
Thank
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर.